Hello, folks. We are here for the upper finals of CD, and it's the Academy teams. It's basically kind of a repeat from yesterday. Good to see some of y'all early today, Lunar, Ray, and yes, Ray, I did. Yes, Lunar, I did have a little bit of time. I was trying to fix the speech translator thing. I need to see if the Portuguese. I need to hear Portuguese for this to start working again. Yeah, so we'll see kind of how that goes. Besides, minions spawn at what, 105? 105? So, spawning a bit late's fine. Okay, yeah, it's picking up some sound. Good. Okay. Aw. You saw the timer! I came in 5 seconds early, if anything. Yes, but let's talk Cade versus Red, because they just played yesterday, and I have very mixed feelings after watching that series, and I'm hoping the Academy version will be better. It should be better, because they're the top 2 seeds right now. In CD, I keep wanting to say Academy, and they kind of had different trajectories. Interestingly enough, both of them finished the regular season 7 and 2, so they kind of have a tight score coming into this. Weirdly enough, because of the way tiebreakers worked, Red ended up being considered the upper seed coming into this, despite the fact that Red lost 2 series. One was to Stella, and the other was to VKS. And yet they're the higher seed. K-Stars lost to Kaboom and Stella, which is interesting because Stella's in the lower bracket trying to make the Cinderella run in the meantime. But yeah, these two teams, I think they've been doing very well. Cade was expected to do well. I mean, they had Smalley, right? And then they had Sarolu from last year, who was I mean, the VKS Academy did win Split 2 of Academy, despite not winning Challengers Americas. They got Quats from Pain Gaming Academy, which did win Challengers Americas. So yeah, they were, I think, quite favored coming into the split. Shino as well coming in from Furia Academy, who had some experience on Furia in CB LOL 2024. So that roster was stacked. Red was an interesting one with a bit of a revolving door because they had Aegis playing for a little bit. They had Grevthar in the mid lane. And so, you know, they were expected to do decently well. Zin's, Rebello, and Yuzint were good, but not necessarily great last year. But Red has really scaled up, I think, the split. Rebello, Yuzint, and Zinz, the sort of actual Academy players, have been doing fantastically. Doom coming back down has been solid for the team. I think he fits very well. And Kaze, to me, has been a late season revelation. When Grevthar got re-promoted, they didn't drop Mago down. They actually picked Kaze, which I thought was wonderful. Oh, it's according to the font? Ah, that's so cute. It's pretty standard font. But yeah, Kaze has been, frankly, fantastic. His laning has reminded me of Fu a lot. Like, very dominant laning. So, him versus Quats is going to be interesting. Quats as well, I think, is a player... he has developed his laning a lot more. Back on Pain Gaming Academy, it always felt like, oh, you know, Quats will eventually scale and be a late game carry. But this split, he's definitely been a lot more lane dominant, and I've really liked the look of him with Sarulu. I think they've been pairing pretty well to get them sort of control over the mid game, or the mid lane, pardon me, and the middle of the map. Yeah, and Smalley being Smalley has always been an absolute beast. So, yeah, personally, very, very interested in watching their bot lane and the mid lane. Just because bot lane as well, Rebello and Yuzint have been kind of low-key starting to look like some of the best bot laners in CD, and that's with like Skuro still being very, very dominant. Celo still being a one-man carry at times, so yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't think yesterday's game is gonna affect today's game. Like, it's a nice narrative device, that Red versus Cade, but yeah, I think Academy is very, very different from LTA South, or CD is very different from LTA South right now. So. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this game kind of on its own merits. Speaking of yesterday, I was kind of frustrated watching it. I was unfortunately busy while the game was happening, so I watched it, the VOD, like right after, but I could already see a lot of Twitter posts and stuff like that, basically talking about how crazy it was. And the first couple of games the first 2 games were good, and then I felt like yesterday's games kind of just spiraled down from there. As a whole, I felt like the weekend just kind of spiraled from the first 2 games. Same with Loud IE. I'll give more thoughts on it when we record Gringos Liberados on Wednesday. But
Inclusive, eu vi no Twitter alguém
yeah,
falando...
it didn't leave a great taste in my mouth. Let's put it this way. This last weekend.
O que aconteceu? Eu vi o seguinte, vi um tweet
So
falando que
I'm hoping CD is better, and I think CD should be better. The academy teams have been a cut above. Like Cade and Red have been a cut above.
Fearless Draft, MD5. Então, assim, o que
Both
esses caras
mechanically
podem
and-
trazer, porque a gente já sabe que o Sarolo é
Both micro and macro, there we
extremamente
go.
criativo, ele traz campeões muito diferentes, e eu acredito que pelo time da Red a gente também tem essa criatividade, principalmente com a entrada do
you're
Kazé. Então, o que
Who's the
essa
best
série
player,
pode
Dumb?
proporcionar pra gente? Se chegar num jogo 5,
grande
Not the
Galera,
translations,
um
unfortunately,
grande
don't work
moço,
very well. I'm
grande
trying to figure out
moço
who they were
será
saying.
feito hoje,
They thought
né?
was the best player. Oh well.
Assim, a gente tá vendo que pelo circuitão, assim, mesmo nos primeiros jogos já podem parecer coisas diferentes
Kaze?
na série melhor de 5.
Maybe?
Mas realmente, chegando
Oh,
no
no.
quinto jogo,
I see
aí
Kaze's
tem que
name.
explorar
Again,
muito
misspelled,
mais
because
o leque dos
it's using,
jogadores.
like,
Acho que
audio,
o Saru é realmente esse cara pra trazer uma
trying to
coisa
pick out
diferente.
from text-to-speech,
E
so...
mesmo quando ele sai assim do leque mais
speech
forte,
text,
o leque
other way around.
principal, ele apresenta ótimos jogos, talvez até
Yeah.
melhores do que quando ele tá nesses principais campeões.
A zona de conforto dele é o desconforto.
It's interesting. Yeah, talking about Sarolu, I do think Sarolu is good in best of fives because he's got a massive champion pool with some really weird picks. Same with Quats as well. I think Quats is a pretty big champion pool. Smalley has shown us that as well. It feels like it should favor VKS Academy. But I'm going to be honest, I actually don't think the best of five tests most of these players' champ pools that badly. Translation's bad, but yeah. Exactly.
E pra VKS, como o
Hey,
Sarolo vai
Arxen.
trabalhar também
Hello,
com a
hello.
bot lane,
For sure.
que a gente sabe que tem uma
As always, buddy.
potência
Appreciate,
muito grande na mão
you know,
do
people
Smite,
lurking, just
do
being here.
Stumber. São histórias aí, a
Is always
construção
good
das
for me.
narrativas desse confronto são bem interessantes.
E tem muita
That's kind of largely why I
pouco,
actually
assim, do
like,
tempero
co-stream this
do jogo
stuff.
de
It's not
ontem,
so much that
da
like I
LTS,
feel like the
na
world
verdade,
needs to
que
hear
teve
my takes on
ontem,
this.
porque
It's
ao
more that
mesmo
look, I'm gonna
tempo, né,
watch it,
que a Red
and
tá
it
jogando
started
hoje
me
no
doing this whole
quer
Academy
provar
co-stream in the
que
first place was
poderia
because I
ter
didn't know
ficado
anything
lá,
about
poderia
Academy. I
ter
don't know anything
essa
about tier
vaga
2. I don't know the
na LTA.
stories.
Eu
So
acho que os jogadores da Cade também querem mostrar isso, também querem mostrar que
you'll
são
search for the
capazes,
Discord server
que
later
tão
so you can
bem,
catch up
que
in the
poderiam
draft
também
battle.
brigar realmente
Oh, yeah.
pela vaga da LTA Sul. São dois
I
times
probably won't have time to do
nas
drafts
duas competições
today,
se enfrentaram
unfortunately.
no
This week is busy
que
for
te
me,
levou a melhor,
so I
assim,
probably can't do
foi bem surpreendente, mas
like draft battle stuff. But do join the Discord, Arxen, if you're not already in there. Because yeah, again, you can just message anytime, and if I've got time, I'm more than happy to do drafting. I enjoy doing drafting, even if I'm not the best at it. And you just learn a lot from, you know, trying to do it. I will say, when we did the best of 3 against Lunar, I was already kind of struggling by game 3. I screwed up game 2 pretty badly. I think if we did a best of 5 fearless drafting, I would probably be very bad at it because I'm having problems remembering what champions were drafted. I feel like I need to make a spreadsheet, you know, that can actually track that properly. Yeah, but speaking of best fives, that said, I do think these players. Oh my goodness, they actually did the whole draft off screen. Boo! And we don't even get to see the pick order. That's super annoying. You messed already too much with how much you write. Okay. No pressure. It's even better if not launching to not miss the button. Yeah, that was the other thing too. Like I don't mind doing it like in breaks, but I also want to be careful that I don't like put too much random crap onto the VOD. Okay. Yeah, because this is just CD VOD at the end today. Let's look at draft. Okay, so we're still seeing Gwen bans, which makes sense. Lucian ban, Sedge ban. Very standard bans coming out from red. Interesting that they're doing on blue side. Because I do feel like Lucian is high enough priority. I know that Lucian E got nerfed. I still think he's really, really strong. Nico Rel, Zoe. Okay, so Zoe feels like a bit of a Kaze special. That they're removing it in first round. Oh no, other way around, sorry. Was it Varus? I actually don't know which way this goes again. I think that's right. The problem is these feel more like first man, so it might be the Varus, Rumble, Zoe. Either way, Zoe's a bit special. I am okay with this. I do feel like Jay should be probably higher prior at this point, though. If we see Rumble and Gwen taken out, Jace probably goes up prior. Senna's really strong. Senna Nautilus really good against. Yeah, this basically puts a timer. The moment I see a Senna on a comp, it's basically a scaling comp. Unless you've got a Smolder on the other side, that Senna is just a ticking time bomb. Camille's a counter into Mbessa that we used to see. Yeah, sorry, my mouse is not working right. Some of my arrows are going to break. Talia into Ari's a handshake, and I kind of like it. And yeah, okay, so pretty standard comps coming through from both these teams. I think Red's comp is like a 3.5 out of 5. It's a really solid composition in isolation. No real weaknesses you can attack necessarily. Like Ezreal and Mbessa scale decently well. Ari Sin is really strong and still have impact later on. That said, I think Cade have a better draft. Like, this is, to me, kind of like a 4, maybe even a 4.5 out of 5. And the reason why I say that is not a ton of internal cohesion necessarily, which is why I kind of want to drop it to 4 personally. But what they do have is actually favorable matchups in every single position. Yeah, I do kind of feel like you probably should have smoldered here. If you smoldered here, I'd be a lot more comfortable with the red draft. Just because you're not on ticking time bomb. But the problem is we don't know the draft, right? I don't know when this Ezreal got picked. Maybe they pry out the Ezreal, because Rebello is a very good Ezreal player. And then they just got dumpstered by Senna Nautilus, which came in later. They did have first pick. And I'm trying to think, like, it's probably Shin first pick, I assume. But I'm not 100% sure on that. Because again, we don't get to see the draft. But yeah, why Cade, I think Cade is better is because I think Camille just counters on Bessa. Talia Vi is a better combo to me than Shin Ari. Like, you can survive with this, but the teamfight is going to be kind of hard to navigate through this. And Bessa does struggle into Talia a little bit as well. And then Senna Nautilus will just outscale Ezreal Braum. And they won't struggle that much either. Like, laning phase will be a little bit rough as Senna Nautilus. You want to play passive. If you're playing in aggressively, then you'll probably lose. But yeah. Because of that, I do heavily favor Cade's drafting and how they play it out. That's why I kind of put them at 4.5 instead of 4 at the end of the day. Because I do think that the way their comps are going to interact is really, really good. Cade just need to play slow. They don't need to get too aggressive, too high fee or anything like that. And they still have a lot of playmaking potential. Vi, Nautilus can make a lot of plays happen. Talia has the global as well. So yeah, I just feel like Red kind of has to outperform this draft. Very doable though. Both teams have their win cons.
Agora sim, vocês estão prontos, invocadores. Boas-vindas aos campos da justiça. Boas-vindas a Summoner's Rift.
Mais pronto que eu.
It happened. It's kind of weird too because like the draft, I was complaining a lot about this in the first couple of weeks, and then it felt like CD fixed their problems with the draft, and they were actually getting their drafts ready. So based on what I know of production, odds are, because this is being done remotely, players are at home, I suspect the players just started drafting before they were given the signal to. And therefore, they probably dropped it pretty fast too. Okay, Grasp the Undying, Phase Rush, Fleet Footwork. Okay, nothing too crazy for runes that I can see. Yeah, pretty standard. Defensive start from Cade. I don't know. This game for me feels like a test for Doom in this draft. I do feel like the Xin Zhao's got to make action happen for Red. Xin is normally a pretty good early game jungler. I don't know if he can necessarily invade into the Vi though. Like, if it's just Vi Xin Zhao, sure. Xin Zhao will win out that sort of 1v1. But generally, early invades are less about the 1v1 and more about can you burst down the opponent. And I don't know if Xin can burst down through Vi.
Qualquer vantagem que você puder prevenir que essa cena tenha mais antecipadamente
é
baita de lucro. Aqui rola uma trocação
I don't know, I think Spellbook's strong. I always have. Personally. But then I play like Spellbook and Nivea in mid lane.
Essa ilha da rota do topo, dois lutadores muito
So I'm probably slightly biased about Spellbook.
Especialmente pro lado da Ambessa.
I do, however, feel like well, if you're running Enchanters, then I think Spellbook is actually very viable for supports. But for melee supports, like Braum and Nautilus, it's not very viable. They kind of need the combat summoner. Sorry, not combat summoner, the Resolve Tree. There we go, that's what I was thinking.
Do caçador da VKS. E assim, acredito que os dois top laners têm uma ideia parecida. O Chino agora sai, coloca o
Yeah, we might just get a full clear from both junglers to start, unfortunately.
Eu quero saber como que o jogo, aonde exatamente o jogo vai rodar pela primeira vez, né? Onde a gente
And
vai
then
ver
maybe
as
into a bot side
primeiras
gank.
trocas, as primeiras investidas também.
I personally kind of don't like that. I wish one of them had gone for the top side instead. Because this matchup can be volatile early. And Bessa and Camille are not your traditional bruisers in that they're more... in my head, bruisers are more about health. Like they're more chunky than they are damage dealers. Whereas both Camille and Bessa want to do damage more, and health is like secondary to them. Like they need some health to survive, but it's more about doing damage. Not exactly duelist either. I'm trying to think of the right word. Not juggernaut. I don't know. You can start with 2 combats. True, you can. That is one of the advantage of Spellbook. Oh! Oh! Shino!
Shino flechou pra garantir que ia conectar as habilidades, mas
I think, I think Shino might have screwed up a little bit. Sorry, I just want to double check something on that. I think if he gets the hook shot into auto. Wait, did he use the skill to reset? Yeah, that flash. Okay, he did it to get the hook off, to get the stun off. But yeah, that was really, really close.
Pouquinho de vida ali, né, que ficou os Zinks, também tava curando, e aí sobrevive. Os dois top laners...
Part of me feels like, maybe could have got it off if he got the reset on his Q, but I can't tell if he had his Q available. Yeah, right? Like, if he got the auto reset. But unfortunately, it was showing Zin's abilities. The second time I did it, I was checking if they showed Shino's cooldowns. But no, they did. They only showed Zin's throughout. Pretty close. But that's why I was saying, like, I wish one of the junglers had path top. Because I actually feel like top is almost more volatile than the bot lane. Like with an Ezreal Senna, the bot lane is not that easy to gank, unfortunately. Like Senna doesn't have mobility, but she's got sustain to just sit in the lane. And then Ezreal has some mobility, so... Yeah, where's top side? If you can burn the TP early, top side gets very volatile around that level 6. A bit of torch. That's good for Rit though, I think. They're more than happy that happened. They're getting a bit of CS lead from Rebello. Like I said, Rebello and Using have felt like one of the best, if not the best bot lane currently. Which is shocking again when you've got players like Smiley and Cello. Sorry, stream staring a little bit because I did the whole... Wait, let me pause it. I had to speed up to catch back up after I did pauses, so... My speeding up sometimes breaks the player a little bit. I had to pause it and then buffer a bit.
Completamente destruiu o nosso recorde de KDA.
Olha lá, então é já dos campeões.
Aquele jogo, né?
Aquele jogo.
Ai, rapaziada, será que
ele repete
isso, que ele repete a atuação? Não é tão simples, né? Não é qualquer hora, qualquer dia. A gente viu que o
Okay, both teams really want to scrap on this. Interesting. Rebello's has Sheen in pocket. Sheen, I think Sheen is one of the big reasons why we see so much Ezreal. Oh, Doom got caught. Yeah. Just burning the flash is already huge. Because now Red have to walk through river. Like, they can't do the over-the-wall thing. At least not if Cade pull it, which they should. Quats is 6 and has Weaver's Wall, but kind of low on mana. Kaze is a much better position to skirmish. Are we just seeding this as Cade? I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, really good trade from Quats. Like, this actually opens up an avenue for Cade to contest this, but they're not. So everyone's going back. Why? Okay, that's kind of odd to me. It's not the end of the world. It's not that big a deal. It's a single Hextech. It's nice, but it doesn't break anything. I'm just really surprised, like, especially when Quats chunked Kaze like that. Like, the big advantage Red had was that Quats was low on mana, so couldn't really get into the fight. But when you chunk Kaze down to half health like that and Kaze just traded, like, there's a window for Cade to try and play that fight. I guess they're also very wary of the Sheen Ezreal and the poke that can come down. Okay. Again, not the end of the world. They're probably just going to lane swap and then fight for the top side Herald instead. Grub Stormy. Herald should be 6 by then as well.
Tem agora também a vantagem de levar esse primeiro dragão, já que parece que não queria contestar muito também, né, a VKS. Estão com uma Thalia contra uma Ahri.
And Red is up experience. Interesting.
A cena contra o Ezreal, que ainda tá querendo farmar, tá querendo ganhar um pouquinho de tempo. O VKS não quer se
yeah, Small and Scamber should be able to match levels on this push.
Nesse começo de jogo também o Shinzal consegue
ser
uma pressão um pouco forte, né? É difícil uma vai bater de frente com o Xal no início desse game, assim. Ele consegue sustentar um pouco mais. E aí, com o auxílio das rotas, como você falou, o Doom consegue trabalhar um pouco mais tranquilo para utilizar o engage. Olha a entrada.
We pull the trigger first. Oh, they use Crescent Guard.
Belíssimo abraço que o Smiley coloca para jogo. Reengage passando, Sarolo buscando espaço adiante para cima do
Good patient play from Cade.
Enquanto não é eliminado, mas o saque é lançado para cima do caçador adversário. Enraizamento devolvido. Sarolo esperando o momento de trazer mais uma entrada. Chegou o
Quats doesn't quite make it. Does he? Oh, he does. Okay.
Vindo aí nas mãos do time da
Worthwhile
Red,
trade. Scamber for a
Doom.
Doom.
Pra Red imediata, 1 por 1.
Red consegue cobrar, o
Oh, but they
Kazé
can't go
chega
for
na rota
grubs.
superior, mas bem atrasado comparado a Thalia. Fica 1 pra 1, leva melhor.
We're talking about
porque
Lunar.
vai
Ezreal was
gastar do
super
flash
meta in
do lá
2025.
embaixo, e a
Not in
troca
this
que
patch,
não
though,
pode,
to be
parece que vai
fair.
até o fim.
Vem então essa execução,
Ooh.
agora a chegada
Good dodge
da
from Shino.
visão
But
do
Shino's out of mana.
Papazinho,
I don't think he
ultimado
wants this.
Hextech. Shino garante o recuo pra
Ele
debaixo
tem
da
flash.
torre, mas
Oh,
os
I don't think
Zeds
Zinz can
estão
actually kill Shino on the turret, though.
olhos, GSTV
Será
do
que ele
céu.
respeita? Não sei se ele vai respeitar a torre. Foi, voltou.
Shino missed.
Ai, meu Deus.
Ficou indeciso, vou ou não vou, o Mar fechou,
Shino
fiquei,
missed.
tirou uma
Oh, bueno.
barricada, e por agora vai ser o
Bit
que
diff. It's
importa.
weird seeing Tilly open game
Foi
1.
boa jogada aí do
Little
Zinz,
bit, yeah.
conseguiu levar essa placa, um pouquinho mais de ouro comparado ao Shino,
Well,
que realmente não tá tendo o matchup
yeah,
mais
kind of.
tranquilo contra essa
I do
Ambessa.
feel like Talia
Mas
is
tem
worth
um
giving
pouquinho
over. Like, I
também
don't think she's a
mais
Thanos
em
pick. I
escalar.
think the top lane
A gente
picks
vê
are more
que é a
Thanos
Red
than she is
agora,
right
que
now.
de novo volta mais cedo
Like,
pra
I even
top
think
meio.
jungle
Tá
and support
primeiro lá
picks
nas
might
baixa-larvas,
be...
tá?
And by
Ok,
support picks,
passo
I
à
mean
frente
specifically
importante pro lado da
Nico
Red,
or
que
Lucian.
levando essa
for
leva,
bot lane.
levando essa leva
Is higher
pra
prior than
cá, vai
Talia, so...
conquistando essa leva
Like,
e
seeing
garantindo
Talia get through is
que
not
terão
that shocking, I
mais
guess,
respect
but...
nos monstros épicos e vão
It's certainly a
sofrer
very,
com
very
a
good
gente
pick.
proezas.
Eu tô aqui
I
dando
like
uma
that
olhada
case
porque eu tava
management for it.
tentando descobrir de quem foi o
Now he
first
gets
blood,
outskilled by
mas os dois
everything.
abates
Mid is irrelevant.
aconteceram exatamente ao mesmo tempo.
Well, if you're
As
loud, I
caixinhas
think you prioritize
explodiram
Ari
juntas,
over
quando no
Talia.
final das contas fica um abaixo pra cada atirador, o que é bem importante porque agora a gente
Problem
já vê
is,
que
I guess that you,
consegue
you end up
um
not
equilíbrio
picking
pouco
Talia just
maior
because there are other
nesse
OPs
duelo
open.
das
Not necessarily in the
rotas,
mid lane,
né, tanto pro Ezreal
but
quanto
just like in
pra
other
própria
lanes.
cena, que são campeões que a gente tá
Like against
chamando
Xin Zhao
atenção,
probably is higher
demora
prio
pra
right now.
crescer, então qualquer coisa, qualquer
Lucian's higher prio.
vantagem
Vi is
acelera
debatably
o
higher
jogo deles.
prio.
E
She
a
probably
participação
is.
de
I
ambos
just
no
don't
mapa
think Vi's
é
that good
interessante.
personally,
A
but
gente já viu que
I
a
suspect
bot
most
lane
teams will
agora
also
tá pra esse
prioritize the
mid,
Vi over the Talia.
continuam fazendo essa troca e segue sendo uma troca muito emparelhada.
Senna
Dois
is
times
higher
tão
prio
bem
than
próximos,
Talia.
né? A vantagem que a gente tem realmente um pouquinho mais expressiva são os dois objetivos a 0 do time
There's
da
no
Red
counter
até
pick, you get to
então.
late
E a
game,
gente
no matter
viu
what,
bastante,
so
né, sobre essa
for
vantagem entre os caçadores, o Doom levando a melhor, quando a
Legal,
gente vê
yeah.
os objetivos, né? A gente tá revendo aí a jogada, e a Fogueta já trouxe aí que os dois jogadores morreram
Yeah, this was really good
Vamos ver,
turnaround
é,
play.
Vamos
tá
ver
no
de novo.
tiratema, porque essa hora a VKS decide trocar
I think
de alvo,
Scamber
né? Parecia que
put
ia ser
himself
no flank,
under turret
mas ele
by
tinha
hooking.
flash, e aí eles vão no Doom, então tem essa escolha,
Yeah.
né?
É aqui, ó, Doom e o Scamber.
Low key,
aqui no
I think
fundo. Ó,
Scamber kind of found the wrong target.
Assim,
Ok.
foi o
I think he was going for
né,
Rebello, and then
foi
it,
primeiro ali
the
na
lollipopping
tela, né?
snapped
Então, acho
over
que foi
to
o first blood
Yuzin
da
instead.
mas tudo bem,
Não
tudo
sei,
bem,
porque
tudo bem,
o que
tudo
veio
bem.
I mean, it's still
primeiro
fine.
É
You're
que eu
trading
tava
jungle
reparando
for
qual barrinha
support.
de vida subiu
Mínimo, né?
primeiro.
What
Foi
is
nisso que eu fiquei reparando.
less fine is the fact that
Mas
Red
ainda
actually got
assim, são
grubs.
dois abates, a gente vê
That's
o
not
Lucian
okay.
fazendo uma boa entrada e o Scamber tá por aqui.
I think they didn't show it, but yeah.
Lançado, o Zinx ainda não recuperou
Ai, tá fácil.
a entrada da sua ultimate. Não vai
Oh,
ter tempo, mas ele
Zinx!
não tem tempo pro teleporte cair. Ao utilizar
Zinx
a
is buying so much.
possibilidade
Oh
de
my goodness, Zinx.
Chegou
Holy
com o
crap.
charme da morena,
Yo, I know
lança
Kaze gets the
última,
kill, so they yell
aquela
Kaze's
Zinx tá
name, but
vivaço.
that was like
Inacreditável,
80% Zinz,
a
man.
Ambessa ainda sai viva. Pra mim já podia ser dada como morta.
Like I said, Zinz, Rebello, and Yuzin, man. This year's been a huge glow up for them.
Vida baixíssima.
They're playing at a really high level
Dois
right now.
jogadores, vem a ult do Nautilus, só que olha, só pode parar de bater nessa campeã depois
Ambessa
que não tem
things.
mais algo mesmo.
Pois é, a Ambessa é uma campeã que a gente já viu.
Every time I think Ambessa isn't that powerful in the top lane, that
jogadas.
happens.
Sim,
Tanto
Grubs are not
aqui
worthless,
quanto na
either.
eliminação,
And besides, giving it for
que
free
ela
is kind of an
sai
issue to me.
viva no
Like,
limite.
I
E
hate
assim,
that
a gente
Cade
tá falando de
kinda should have won
12
out the topside
minutos, level
trade, and then
10,
they
Zinz
didn't
tá
go for grubs, is my
conseguindo
problem.
fazer isso.
At least take one
E uma
grub away.
jogada muito importante,
Even if
uma
you-
resposta muito importante,
Even if
não
you
tanto pro
agree
Zinz,
with
mas
the
também
idea
essa
that
chegada
grubs are
do
useless,
Kazé
which I
nesse
don't.
tempo, garantisse esse abate, e aí
Taking
vai
one
caminho,
is still
não é
good to just
nada
deny
legal,
away
tá com
Grubageddon.
um level de diferença já pro Zinz. Agora
And taking
toma
one
esse
doesn't take that much
abate.
time.
Ela que é tão importante pra essa composição da VKS, conseguir pressionar na rota lateral, vai ter que ficar um pouco recuado e tomar um pouco de cuidado.
Oh, I agree. Frederica is better, and
Agora
I do
pra
think that
Red
teams should be
vai
getting
garantir
both.
essa proeza de
or
guerrilha. Eles
contesting
já
for
estão
both
com
via
dois
Shanghai early
objetivos
game.
a 0 também. Já tá vivo
Because
aqui,
they've been
vai pra
decent enough that we can do it. And it took teams, it took
cuidando
not
por
just
enquanto, né?
like
Vamos de olho,
LTA South
porque
teams, it took
sabe que a
teams
VKS
the
quer
world
garantir,
over like
mas tem
a week or
muito
two
mais
to remember that, hey,
muito mais perigo
Drag
da
is decent
VKS,
enough that we can take Drag and still contest for
Caso
grubs
não vale a pena trazer toda essa ofensividade, né, GSTV, eles já estão
without even losing
dois
the
passos
tempo
de
that you used to
proezas
lose on that.
épicas.
Like I already thought they should have done it
Quem
before,
não vê
but
essa barragem,
there was the argument about losing
desceu
tempo and not
pouco,
hitting level 6, fine.
respira,
But, yeah.
torcedor. Teremos então uma alma
I think now
Hextech,
both is
que
worthwhile.
planta as
You it doesn't set you that far behind in tempo.
É o pinstouro dobrado,
I mean, if you're trying to
é
take it as like a solo
alcance,
Maokai or Sejuani,
aprimorado,
sure.
também as Jaquim
On the dragon, then yes, you're gonna be in weird positions. But if your lanes actually rotate to help you, and again, it's not like these lanes need to just sit in lane and scale non-stop, right? All these lanes can afford to go and help without losing too much on the dragon.
Movimentando com a presença do Zente, Scamber do outro lado para dar esse apoio da mesma forma e fica por isso.
What do you give up, Luna? By going for both? I fail to see what you're giving up.
Observando bem de pertinho, a vantagem maior é lá no topo, que o Chino conseguiu derrubar duas.
Mas o Doom continua por aqui, a VKS
oh, the Weaver's Ball, unfortunate.
Vão só expulsar o time da Red. Oh, não!
Wait, Doom?
Cai no colo dos adversários, ele é completo.
Hello? Brother had flash. I think he was just gonna get in there, steal it, and flash back out, but Brother heavily underestimated damage that came out. That is not worth. Red buff for your life? Hell no.
Com azuis e vermelhos desde ontem. Tá complicado.
Okay, so Lunar, you say XP plates tempo met pressure. Okay, so
eu acho que o problema é o Shinzal.
I assume you're talking about going for dragon into the grubs, right? So we're not. It's not a dragon issue, right? Because we are all saying that first Drake is worth it. So we're talking grubs then. What are you losing at 8 minutes when those grubs spawn? If you look at map state, most of the time, unless one of your lanes is like hyper shoved.
Foi ele mesmo, mas eu acho que ele queria jogada.
Eu acho que ele queria ir com os três.
Okay, that.
Ele e o Brown, só que o Brown tava meio saindo.
Yeah, that was a choice. So I just don't see like what he was trying to do. But I think the blast cone put him. It's not even a blast cone though, is it? What is the blast cone? Yeah, I think it put him further in than he expected. But the problem is that it shows you where you're gonna land with the blast cone, so that's kind of on him. Like, if it was a regular blast cone, he probably flashes back out over the wall, but he was too far to flash away. Okay, so XP, as a jungler, sure, you slow down a bit in the camps, but it's made up by the fact that you're actually getting grubs. If you're talking about plate pressure, that depends on your lane states. And in this particular situation, Kate was not getting plates at all from that. Tempo, arguable. I mean, that depends on your lane states and whatnot. And I don't feel like Sarolu got anything from skipping out on grubs, so I don't think tempo was an issue. And the last thing you mentioned was map pressure. Map pressure is arguable. Again, I don't feel like he got any gank off or actually had a lane to play to, so. Ooh. Okay. Nice try from Kaze. He was kind of dead. But yeah, Scamper's roaming very well this game.
Na questão aí das proezas, garantindo esse arauto do vale, mas a eliminação pra cima do Kaze é essencial.
And get another
e acho
objective.
que não foi uma boa decisão aí do mid laner da Red, porque ele entrou numa
Yeah, Nickel,
jogada
every time
que
a red
era
jungler
difícil
invades
ainda
red on
trocar
Shinja against Kate this weekend.
Eu tô sentindo até
Hey man, maybe it's what they just teach red junglers. Be aggressive, get in their face, do everything.
Então, a gente viu até mesmo aquela...
O jogo menino, né, Fogueta? Jogo menino.
Jogo jovem.
Tem isso.
Até aquela jogada que gerou um abate ali na mão do Kaze, que saiu vivo.
Okay, I see that you fit that part of your argument. Okay, I was gonna leave that then. Red buff belongs to red. Hey, it's in their name.
E aí veio aquela jogada também do Doom, que a gente ficou com essa sensação que ele queria ir, mas o time dele não. O Kaze também, eu até acho que ele ficou um pouco na rota.
Yeah, again, I think if that was just a regular blast cone, Doom would have been fine. But it's the Chemtech blast cones that do weird things to a lot of players. It's fine though. I think red are still okay. Like they're still stacking objectives just fine. Nice. If they didn't get Herald, I'd be a little bit concerned about this play. They are wasting a lot of time here, and Shino's getting a free lane. But yeah, Scamper's dead. And you get the knock up as well. Perfect. Insta death. And they can keep pushing. They probably should keep pushing for inner turret. There we go. Hey, let's go, Doom. Really well played from Red. Yeah, I've really liked this. This is the sort of macro play that I feel like we're missing in a lot of the other teams right now. Like Red know exactly what they're playing for. They go for Herald, they get Herald, they just overload bot immediately.
aqui. Ele não conseguiu sair, não conseguiu fazer nada, ele já tinha gastado a
There's not
ultimate
really
dele,
much
poderia
Cade
ser
can do in that
auxílio.
situation.
Então, travam ele aqui no
Aside from
range
trying to
com
get
o Ceralu,
quads
e aí acabam
to the
impedem
area.
que a VKS vai responder essas rotas laterais. Bom trabalho da Red Cades agora.
But they
consegue
wanted
uma
Smaui
vantagem
mid
de
lane because
ouro,
that's what we always
mas
see is
ainda
the
assim,
AD carries being put mid.
não foi
So,
uma
yeah,
tragédia,
Talia's not in
porque
position to
conseguiram
actually
levar
reach
a
play.
mas ele tem que tomar cuidado agora.
Poderia acabar tomando essa iniciativa de entrada. Rabelo se
Oh.
movimentando a entrada agora é pra cima do Smiley, mas chegou todo mundo da Cade pra
Okay.
auxiliar. Saque enterrada lançado.
That Weaver's wall puts Ceralu in an awkward position.
Enraizamento lançado pra cima do Doom. No primeiro cai é o Saru,
Oh,
no
Zin's
segundo
just
vai
running
ser
amok in the
o
backline.
Smiley, Zin's batendo lá na backline. É
Yikes.
double kill nas mãos, então, desse grande top laner do time da Red.
Oh.
Pra debaixo da torre, a equipe da Red se coloca.
Oh,
Não vão
okay.
iniciar ainda mais, só que
Oh.
pode ter esse segundo tempo de fight a favor do time
Yeah.
da
I think Quats is
Cade.
doing well
Essas
individually,
duas
but Cade are
últimas
behind the play.
eliminações não valiam a pena, o Doom saiu muito
Yeah,
durante
Red are
essa
just
reta do
abusing
dragão,
right now their
e é o
advantages, and I love it.
objetivo que a Red quer
They just know that they're
a
stronger and they're just
qualquer
brute forcing it.
momento. Leva uma luta importantíssima e eles já estavam adiando demais a volta base, já estavam com ouro suficiente pra comprar item, pra voltar e mesmo assim...
Technically, Cade actually get all 5 here, but though, okay, never mind. I take that back. Quats as well kind of shafted them low key. Because Shino had problems getting into the fight, and Scamber got split as well from
toda a linha de frente da VK, que já estava
Ceralu.
sendo a sua vida minada também pelo trabalho do Rabelo ali, que estava conseguindo fazer um bom poke.
Yeah, really
E aí
tough,
o Zinx
well played
vai,
from Red.
consegue um double kill em cima do time da Vivo Cade Stars. E aí eles já conseguem também mais um dragão. E a vantagem
I think
de
Cade just need
vai
to be
começando
reading a little bit better and start
E como
prep ahead.
embalam, tá? A gente vê valores
Their reaction's actually pretty
na
good.
cabeça tanto do Zinx
Against
quanto
most
do
teams
Kazé,
in
quanto do
CD, that probably
Rabelo.
would have been fine from Cade.
Segundos itens fechados tanto pra atirador quanto pra mid laner.
Like the collapse and response from Cade was pretty fast. It's just that again, Red's the one pulling the trigger. They're getting early burst out. It's gonna get really hard for Cade shortly, because once that Murmana comes in from Robello,
Situação complicada pra eles, entretanto,
I don't actually know if Smalley can survive
a
lane.
Red acabou de vencer uma luta importante e olha os feitiços deles ali. O Kazé e o Rabelo, os dois carries, ainda tem flash, o Rabelo ainda tem a
Red just
barreira.
took
Então isso pra uma teamfight é importante.
Drag, Atakan just
O
spawned.
flash da
Okay.
Thalia eu acho que tá voltando ali, tá? Nos segundos finais, mas que
It's a work
é uma
catching
coisa
up
que é importante
there.
também, né? Pro 4
Yeah, I like
jogar,
this call from
que
Red,
pode
right?
fazer
Like you
total
just
diferença
kind of
pra
hold
eles,
mid,
mas a Red não
leave your
conseguiu,
AD carry
né?
there,
Não foi
and have
ameaçada
Kaze
na
either
Flash
sit
Mine.
there and try and get push,
E aí,
or have Kaze
esse
sit top
jogo
with
que a
TP,
Red vai
overload the bot lane if Shino
essa
shows up,
velocidade
get a kill and go
que
into
eles
Atakan.
conseguindo aplicar, quando eles embalam assim,
Alternatively, if the lane pushes out like this and you're not on a reset,
e eu quero
they can
entender
just go
como
from bot lane and
Stars
just
vai
collapse mid
fazer
instead.
pra quebrar esse ritmo tão acelerado
And if
que a
Cade don't
Red
have 3
consegue
mid, they're in
atacar.
trouble.
Ceralu tem que tomar cuidado.
Mais um pinstouro,
Ooh,
Doom foi lançado
Doom
no
can't
meio
get
da
out.
sua própria selva, mas tá
That's a
no
good pick
corpo
from
dos
Cade.
adversários. Vai trazendo re-engage pra cima do Quads, ele é sim eliminado.
Really good pick from Cade. Yeah, Quats is
Mas um erro aí de decisão
Thalia has
do
been
Doom
pretty good this game.
acaba se
I know the last wall
posicionando,
kinda
acho
low-key
que a
screwed them in
selva
mid
dele
lane,
tava
but
muito segura, só que o
the
próprio
idea was
time
there,
dele
and this
não
time it
tava
works out
por
right.
ali, não tinha visão, quem tava dominando ali aquela região era o time da VK e agora sem o caçador.
I think this is contestable by Red.
Testar a execução desse atacante, vão até tentar botar a cara ali,
Okay,
mas não
yep,
tem como
they
levar.
think so
Não,
too.
vai ter TP,
Good call.
vai querer lutar.
Kazé tá
It might be a little bit
tem
slow on
Zinx
it, though.
ausente, e o Rabelo tá descendo pelo rio. Na finalização dos últimos instantes, o atacante aprisionado é da equipe da Cade. Mas
Okay.
uma virada assim sozinho, mas chegou todo mundo. Vem enraizamento, vem devolutiva, vem a sombra do Alvorada.
Oh, they're not two shot
Alcança
rush, but they win
distância,
anyways.
quem
Yep.
tá pro chão, vem o Shino logo em seguida, Scamber próximo
Okay.
a cair. A equipe da
Well
Red
played from
escolhe a
Red.
luta a dedo, e o seu
Oh,
resultado
and the
vai
charm
ser
lands through the
escolhido
minions.
com
Hot
muita
damn.
maestria. O Quats pode ser o último alvo a ser cerceado por aqui. Smiley eliminado.
Okay, Rebello, one more.
Vira aí um ace
Gets
pra
it.
equipe da
Is that a
Red
rip-off? I think that was just straight
Cades.
rip-off.
Ace com um
Yeah.
a menos na luta,
isso?
sem o Doom jogando.
It is a very
a
expensive
Red
Atakan, right?
encontrou
Ray.
os
But
alvos
here's Cade.
principais
So here's the problem for
na
Cade,
saída
is that they
ali do
don't...
atacante da
You
VKS.
get the pick on that,
Mais
that's
uma
the call that you
vez,
make,
a
right?
gente
Just go
vê
on
os Zinx
Atakan
fazendo uma
with
entrada
numbers advantage.
gloriosa no meio da Vivo Cade Stars
They don't really have a lot of
inteira
choices when they're
e
falling behind.
conseguindo aí
So I don't
chegar
really fault
exatamente
Cade
nos
for
alvos
doing
mais
this.
frágeis. E
The
uma
problem
coisa
is, I
que a
guess,
gente
exit
comentou
strategy, right? How do you get
aqui,
out?
Jesse, é que ambas as
And that's where I give a lot of props to Zinz,
ambas as-
because he
as
just public
escolhas
executed into
dos
5
times
members
eram pra
solo
campeões que
to buy time.
avançam, que entram pra frente. Mas quando o Zinx faz isso e consegue travar
And I guess
todo
to me
mundo,
here,
quem vai ser a frontline
ideal
da
play
Vivo
would just
Cade
be
Stars
sack
pra travar
Scamber
uma entrada tão potente de uma
and
de uma dessa
Shino,
que
because Shino
vem
drops
com
the
uma
Huck's ultimatum to try and keep
sequência
people in place.
dessa
Everybody should
área.
just be running for the
E
hills.
assim, o Kazé tá fazendo um
Like, you're not
jogaço,
winning this
tá
fight,
achando
unfortunately.
Cyber Dash Charm,
We just talked about how
mas
Rebello
se você
completed
não tem
Mirror Mana,
ninguém
he's gonna be a
pra
menace, but...
parar
There's
dois
nothing you can
campeões
do.
tão fortes que conseguem acessar sua backline.
Kemso
com
doesn't
tanta
scare you, so you'd
facilidade,
rather just AFK
fica
farm
muito
until Sen is big.
complicado pro time da Vivo Cade
Yeah, but
Queria trocar o nome da Ambessa pra Andressa.
the
Agora
problem
eu
is
adorei.
Cade is about to hit a really bad
Eu
spot in the
adorei,
game for
achei
themselves,
incrível,
where
eu achei que ia
you
passar
can't just sit back and farm. Like, Red can just overwhelm you in all parts. And if you don't go for Atakan there, Red just respawn and go for Atakan themselves. And then maybe you try and flip with the Atakan? Maybe? But I'm not even... Yeah, again, if Red play it right, they don't need to coin flip the Atakan. They just look for a pick in transition, and they just pressure mid, top, sorry, mid bot. Top already went down to Kaze. And then they just collapse anybody who tries to defend those lanes. Or the moment you have numbers disadvantage, they collapse in on it. Yeah. I think Red Academy just played the early game really well, so they've got a lot of options, and you can see just how strong they are. They brute force that bot side fight, they're looking for picks. This is exactly what would happen if they try and play slow. And Atakan's a permanent buff too, so... Yeah, it's just a really tough position. I'm just really glad that Red recognized that they were strong enough to take the fight 4v5. And it looks like they were a bit slow to it, but that's fine. All you... Oh, what the hell, Shino? Wait. Okay. Okay, I thought Shino inted for a second there, but no. Well played, well played, well played.
Agora o neutralizado bem importante que fica aí pra VKS.
That was kind of scary.
Pra eles tentarem voltar um pouco pra esse jogo. A gente tá acompanhando o ouro total. E tá aí, Kazé, Rabelo, Zinx, acho que são os três nomes que a gente tem citado muito aqui nesse jogo por parte da Red. Eu fui até checar...
Oh, was this in? Oh yeah, Red just going in on that because they were stronger. Yeah. And it looked like they were delayed, but that's fine because they couldn't have taken Atakan anyways. Doom was the one who died. He used the smite. They're never looking for the steal. You're just looking for the contest and the kills after.
Mas esses pick-offs, igual o que a gente acabou de ver ali embaixo nos Ints, pode ser um caminho pra VK conseguir retomar a partida. Vai precisar de alguns pick-offs, né? Alguns objetivos também, mas ainda assim é um caminho. Porém, não trava o ritmo que a Red tá conseguindo implantar.
I'm just trying to think right now how Cade can try and come back into this game, like without Red just throwing. Because ironically, Red in LTA South is very ill-disciplined and kind of wacky. Red Academy has always been really good at playing from the lead. They don't throw that much. Like, unironically, I said on GL last week, put Doom and Kaze in for Red, man. Actually. I think, yeah, when Doom was playing for Red, they were playing cleaner in terms of the late game. And then Aegis came back, and for 1 week, Red Canids played controlled in LTA South. And then they just, Graftar came back in, they just went nuts again. Like, at this point, even without knowing their comms exactly and who's making all the shot calls, I am like 90% convinced Aegis is the one who's like kind of needing to put on a leash a bit. Like, he's the one who's driving them kind of crazy. Oh, this is really bad for Sarulu. Yeah, Sarulu was just kind of screwed. He was too far out.
Chegada do Quads com sua paredinha de pé, isola os jogadores, mas cai no colinho do Kazé, que vem com um charme sensacional.
I like Kaze on the side there. I don't think Grev's the problem, but it's time to get rid of Aegis and give him another chance. Yeah, agreed. I said it before, I don't think Grev's the problem. That said, I would personally right now be more excited for Kaze than Grevthar. Kaze looks hella sexy, right? Even this game, 3-1 and 11, I'm loving his flanks, man. Like, this guy's giving me huge foo vibes. Also, I love Dinkus. I saw his tier list for mid laners. I disagree with him. Yeah, Cade is just throwing Hail Marys right now. That TP from Zinz is going to be massive. Oh, not from Zinz. That's Kaze with Soul Stealer. Yeah. Okay, this game's over. Cade is just dying struggles. I appreciate that they're still trying, but yeah. Yeah, you can tell they can't even approach objectives anymore.
Não quer nem saber, né? O Kazé ficou ali, botou a cara, o Sarulu veio, tomou charme a metade da vida.
Watts has no Weaver's Wall, so TPing in doesn't mean anything. You're looking for kills on the back end. Yeah, they're not gonna get it. Oh, Kaze, that's beautiful. That's actually gorgeous. That Seeker's on guard. Oh my goodness. That was so perfect.
Sobrou o Chino tentando fugir, mas a Red não quer
See why I'm loving Costream so much right now? Like, bro.
Oh!
And he gets the kill. His Magi are stacking. Okay, that kill was kind of not his, but he's the ideal person to give it to since he's got the Soul Stealer. Back in the book. Yeah, really clean. Well played from Red. They get the Baron, you know, they get the kills in the back end, they're just closing out right away. No point wasting times on resets. Even the dive is clean. They pinch them in a choke point. Unload the AoE. Yeah, really well played. Okay. The last time these two teams met was back in week 1. And that was with Greftar in the mid lane and Doom in the jungle. Lunar, is that even... That's Spanish, no? That's not even Portuguese, is it?
Foi abate atrás de abate, objetivo atrás de objetivo e ótimo trabalho.
That's like a meme line. I've seen it before. Something about like where's the library or something.
A falta de controle de grupo ali por parte da Vivo Cade Stars.
Okay, whatever Ray is saying, that one I don't know.
Ambressa foi complicado. Ambressa medalha e Ari
Go to a random AF.
da
Actually, I blame Lunar. It's from community. Oh, yes. That's where I know the first line from. Community, right? It's from oh, what's that girl's name? Crap, I forgot. Man, it's been so long since I watched Community. The first 2 seasons were great. 10 out of 10 would recommend first few seasons. The later seasons got kind of weird. But Deadpool references it? Oh. Oh yeah.
As armas estavam ali, sabe? Você tem uma Thalia, você tem o Naut.
Yeah, it was the same guy, the writers who did Rick and Morty, right?
E jogar Caetano,
Or recall correctly?
ou jogar pegando a frontline adversária.
Okay,
Só que sem
so
ter
Cade,
dano,
I think dropped it better,
agora
and
que a Ambessa
same thing
chega,
over the
agora
weekend
que a
too.
Cade
I actually thought
chega, elas conseguem
Cade
explodir muito
generally
rápido,
dropped
e
it
você
better
acaba
than
não
Rid
lutando.
over the weekend. I didn't hate Rid's drops. I thought Rid's drops yesterday fit their players very well. But I do think Cade has been drafting generally well. Same in this draft. I do think Cade drafted better. Rid just outplayed. Rid just, yeah, played really well. Cade wanted to slow things down, but I think they gave up too much while trying to slow things down. And that's props to Red for being able to accelerate the pace. Like again, Zinz to me is absolutely nutty right now. I feel like Shino shouldn't be getting dumpster like this though. I don't know why. Like I don't know, Zinz went to a hyperbolic time chamber or some crap like that. Like this guy's playing out his mind. And I wonder if maybe we just need to put Shino on some like Renekton duty or something, you know, like early game Renekton Cassante sort of crap where like he has good lane control and he can try and shut down Zinz early. Because if not, yeah, Zinz was actually the primary accelerator in this game, more than Doom even. I felt like it was Zinz. We'll see in game 2. Yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to this match. I thought it'd be a close series, but game 1 was not close. And watching the way they play, like, I don't even feel like they got lucky with the coin flip or it's a compositional thing. I think Red Academy is just really good at snowballing a game. And they know how to get their early leads as well. So if it's just like a fundamentals and game knowledge sort of issue, then this could be a 3-0. Which would high-key surprise me. And would also just mean I think Red just wins this then. Because this upper finals is basically probably a repeat of the, or preview of the grand finals. Unless Stella does the Cinderella run, which, hey, fingers crossed. Committee is much better than Rick and Morty. That's fair. I preferred Community as well, but I thought but that for me is like a personal thing. I know a lot of people love Rick and Morty. I just felt like I was gonna say Community is a bit more grounded in reality, but that's utter nonsense. Watch Cade win 2 games now. Yo, I was so cursed last week. All my predictions went awry last week. I predicted Loud
Mas eu senti
and
pouco ele sendo mais agressivo como
Red
ele gosta de ser com os
for the
campeões
weekend, and it was just
E tá aí os números dessa partida.
yeah, it was just terrible, man. Those two teams got dumpstered and fell apart. In the north, okay, I got the TL win right, but they also dropped the game still. And I actually predicted 100 Thieves. I am very happy that Shopify won, but I was also very wrong this weekend in general. So hopefully I don't caster curse this. I don't think I will. CD is a little bit more sensible than LTA this split. LTA is just weird this split, man. Like 100 Thieves and Team Liquid randomly, kind of randomly falling apart, to be honest. I know that a lot of people had a lot of questions about 100 Thieves already, so it's not like a super big surprise, but okay, fine, Flamengo, fine. I'll give you that, Lunar. I was wrong about Flamengo. I mean, arguably I was wrong about Kaboom as well, but it's just not that. Like, I don't know, CD doesn't feel that surprising except for Flamengo. And with Flamengo, honestly, it was like you could see it from a long way off. Like halfway through the split, you could already tell something was wrong with Flamengo. I was just hoping. Because I like the players on Flamengo, but they had other issues for sure. Which did not resolve themselves. That's all. Yeah. And I actually cannot wait for freaking Gringos Liberados recording on Wednesday. I have so many thoughts about this last weekend, but I kind of don't want to like pop off right now on it, because yeah. I don't... Y'all watch Gringo, so you know that we tend to be more critical on GL than we are like on broadcast or on stream. On stream, we try to be generally quite positive about stuff, but on GL, we can rip into stuff and not feel guilty about it. So, okay. Let's check out LTA Fantasy. I know Liz was stating that her Smurf actually topped the table by a big amount. Wait, I thought Paradox said that he screwed up. He's second highest. Oh, because he went Liquid. He didn't screw up. What the hell? It was just Impact and River. Damn, hop for down. I was 8th this week. Damn, 100 Thieves really screwed me. Yeah, that's it. I think, yeah, I don't have a chance to catch up with Lunar anymore. The gap is now too big. 55, and I have 2 weeks, right? With 2 weeks before the end of LTA stuff? Or the end of LTA, I guess. My math, let me double check that. Finals is June 15th. Yes, okay. Yeah. So I've got 2 more rounds to make 50 points. I don't think that's possible, unfortunately. Especially since the amount of teams is reducing, and pretty sure we're all going to have pretty similar teams by the end of it. Because there's only 4 teams at the end of it. Right. I'm still perma 5th though. Paradox managed to climb. Dark Knight dropped down. I'm chasing Dark Knight. I could still end 5th. Ray, you're doing well. You could definitely still beat Lunar by the end of it. I'm thinking for next split, I might propose that I'll give a prize. Like I might just give like a skin or something to the winner of the league for split 3, maybe. I gotta ask Dia, where are the subs that we're getting for LTA South going? Like, do we have funds we can use for like community stuff, like prizing for the LTA pool, LTA fantasy pool? Okay, what time does market open? Oh, market will open partway through game 3, so. It comes down to who gets Pain's picks, right? Yeah, kind of, and then the multiplier. Yeah, probably, unfortunately. No, well, it could also be like FlyQuest, right? Like, people might pick FlyQuest. I just want to calculate how many points. I've got, what's this, 71.9 budget. Why is Wiser down? Oh, because Wiser's not playing last week, okay. I was going to see if I have enough points to actually buy everybody. Arioka is 14.3. Romer is 11. Titan is 13.3. And Curry is 13.2. 64.6. Yes! I have enough. Okay, let's go. You got TL's picks right for the game they lost. Well, Ray, you can look at it from the positive side that, hey, you know, you mitigated some of your losses. It's not ideal, but at least you still managed to get some of the picks right. I mean, I get weeks where I don't get any of the picks right, unfortunately. So, yeah, I don't think... Did Quid even play Silas? Yeah, he didn't play Silas at all. Yeah, I didn't get that pick either. I think I only got the Robo pick. Yeah, only Robo got a multiplier for me. It was his... Was it his best game? Not of his better games, but in general it sucked. So, yeah. Better you get a small multiplier than no multiplier at all at the end of the day. But, yeah. Okay. Go into game 2. Longer break than usual. Let's think about this for a second. What? So Kate gets side selection. They already used the Talia and Senna, which are like 2 of the highest prior picks for me. I think Kate just go blue side and ask for and try and get Lucian if they can. Wow, yellow and white's kind of painful in the eyes, huh? Yeah, I think blue side Lucian. Top is fine. You can just trade out sort of Gwen for Rumble or Jace. Got a lot of options there. You Gwen, Yone, Neferi, and Gwen red side. Well, that's the thing if you're red side, right? Like you can ban one of the top laners and then kind of go for so I guess red would be that, and you just ban. I agree with the Yone. I personally don't think Neferi is that busted anymore necessarily. She's a good ban if you got nothing else to ban. But I do think like Gwen is probably higher prio to me than Neferi. Lucian is definitely higher prio to me than Neferi. Sedge though? No, they didn't nerf Neferi again. They just had the pack, the damage of her pack nerf from before. But it slowed her down enough that her early game's been heavily impacted. Her mid game's still good. So that's what I'm thinking. Like instead of the Sejuani ban, maybe I take a Neferi ban over Sejuani. I think that's fair. That makes sense. Yeah, I think, yeah, Kate can go blue side, and if Red ban the Lucian again, they can just ban top laners and then try and get like the Gwen or Rumble or Jace in the top lane. Because the other nice thing about picking the Jace here is that you kind of force Shino onto Sion if you pick the Jace. Like you can just play a Sion into it, but if that happens, then Shino's off a carry, and the game simplifies a lot more. And yeah, Kaze, Rebello can just try and hunt down the carries, or Doom potentially. He dropped Neferi and went back for Amumu. Hey, Amumu, Sejuani, these are like evergreen utility champs, right? I don't think they'll ever really be out of meta unless... Like they'll always be A tier, unless they get nerfed way into the ground. Like they might not be S tier, but still always solid. Yeah, I don't really think the Sejuani ban is needed. I know Sarulu plays a lot of Sejuani, but I actually... And he's good at it, but I don't think he's like amazing at it. He's not like Carioca. So you can give it over, and that also kind of hampers K-Star's the sort of backline threat. So you could go something like give him Sejuani and then pick something that skills in the bot lane. Like Senna, if Senna wasn't already played. You still got Smolder and Jinx, those are still options.
Já será o nosso primeiro grande finalista que joga aí na arena dia 9. Então, galera, vale muito, né? Pô, vale muito. Pra abrir a Super Semana, tem que ganhar. E a Red fez um jogaço dominante. Esse primeiro confronto.
Alternatively, Cade could just go like Ashe Braum as well, if Lucian gets banned out.
É isso, Fogueto. Acho que as propostas que o time da Cade
Oh wait, you can't go Ashe Braum, sorry. Braum's already been played.
Não puderam ser encaixadas por segmento de fatores. Mas agora
it actually does change things up quite a bit.
Tá aí pra abrilhantar
like Ashe can still be paired with Leona pretty well. Whoops.
algumas coisas e a gente teve draft muito normal na primeira partida.
You can still pair with Leona, you can still pair with Nautilus. I am less crazy about Rakan as a pairing with Ashe, but heck, even the Rel actually.
realmente demonstrar isso.
Yeah, this week is super weak.
Jogar mais cedo, jogar mais firme.
So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week.
Da proposta da Cage tentar segurar esse
And I think that
ímpeto.
puts us
Eu acho
right
que principalmente
into
as duas rotas solo estavam com o tempo jogando mais cedo.
one day next
Estavam
week.
com matchups que eles
Hold on,
conseguiram levar
check the
melhor.
schedule.
A Camille do China acabou não saindo
It just
tão
logged
legal.
me out.
E
The hell?
ganhar o topo, ganhar o mid são
1, 2, 3.
pontos
Yeah, and then next week will
importantes,
just
né,
be
Porque depois
finals
a
on
gente
Monday and that's it.
pensou, e aí, o Sarulu,
That's the end.
né, não fez nada, mas
Which kind of makes sense. I don't
nada,
like
né, o caçador.
Eu também me
sort of the
preocupo
lower
um pouco
finals into
quando a
finals
gente
on the
vê
same
essa
week.
Cage fazendo
I feel like
um jogo
grand
tão
final should be its own
agressivo,
thing, so
assim,
it gives teams
porque
like
pra
time to
mim
actually prepare and bring
essas
their best.
composições que permitem que os
I know it's a little bit
jogadores
unfortunate for
sejam
whoever
muito
comes in the top side, but
agressivos, é
yeah.
onde eles brilharam durante toda essa etapa de circuito desafiante.
Because you don't really get an advantage in the
Independente da escalação,
grand finals for being on the winner's final side,
de quem
but
fosse
that's
o
okay.
mid,
I
de
think
quem
the week
fosse
off is already
o
fine.
próprio jungle,
You think the
né?
opposite,
A
that
gente chegou a ver
we should
aqui
get lower
o
finals to the
Restart
grand
Dione,
finals so
a
that
gente chegou aqui
the winner side gets an advantage? Sure, that's fair.
a responsabilidade em
Like,
entrar primeiro, em causar dano. Então,
I think
eu acho
that's
que essa
more
composição
fair
desse time todo
to the
da
winning
Red
team.
brilha
Sure.
muito quando eles têm esses
That's why, like, I
espaços.
think a lot
E pra
of
mim,
games which do like
talvez
best
não
of
seja uma
sevens or
opção
whatnot,
muito positiva
they will
a ficar
automatically
fazendo
give like,
composições
oh
tão
my goodness, they did it
intrucadas,
again.
mas tá aí na tela pra
CD,
gente,
what is
então,
going on,
no
guys?
draft
I thought we
dessa próxima
fixed
partida,
this.
e a gente já vê aí
Why are we
Cage
now
traz
having
esse Rumble
freaking
na
draft
Firi
issues
Oriana,
again?
Zaire Rakan, e pelo outro lado a gente
Man.
tem Jace, Seju,
That's really annoying.
Akali,
Okay, so
Jhin
Kate did
e
go
Hel.
blue side, but they
Curioso ver o
banned
time do lado
Lucian.
da Red e não do lado da
Why are we
da
banning
Vivo
Lucian on
Stars,
blue side?
mas é de novo duas solo
Especially
lanes
when
aí
you've
da
got
Red
somebody who
que
can
são
actually
bem
play it really, really
agressivas
well.
e que jogam, ó.
That's super weird. And they ban Yone.
É isso. E,
Okay.
assim, a gente
Against Kazi, I guess that
viu
makes sense.
o
Kazi is a big
Red,
playmaker, hence they
ADK
banned
realmente
Silas
escolheu
too.
nessa ordem, então não teve alteração aí de
And then it's
ordem de picks.
Gwen,
Já a Red
Varus,
respondeu,
Renekton.
né, com Sejuani e
Okay.
Jace, teve
I like the
o
Renekton
Red
ban here a
quatro,
lot,
escolhe a
actually.
Kali. Então,
You get counter
viram
pick on
a
red side,
rota
and on top of
solo,
that, you also don't want to give
viram
Shino sort of a
as duas
laning
rotas
champion
solo. Lado vermelho,
when
ele
Zinz
sempre
can
vai ter
potentially just
pelo
run him.
menos uma chance
So I
de
like
fazer um
that.
counter pick. Dessa vez a Red
Varus is
tentou
back on
os
the
dois,
permaban
teve a
list.
escolha da do Jace contra o Rumble, que
I
tem
assume it's a Rumble
possibilidade
first
de
pick,
lance, acho que
and
o
then they
Jace
answer with
consegue ser
Jace.
pouquinho mais ofensivo,
Akali.
não só de ficar
Oh, sorry, Sejuani,
resistindo
not Akali, I'm
tanto
saying.
essa rota contra o
Sejuani.
Rumble, mas
And
também,
then
se precisar, se tiver auxílio do
Rel was
caçador, tentar partir
R3,
pra cima. Uma questão do Rumble aqui, por mais que ele
because they were
seja
banning AD carry mid.
mago e ele, a gente sabe que é um campeão que
Then I
chega
assume
bem
here
nas
it's probably
lutas. A fase de rotas dele também tá
B2
muito forte,
Nefiri?
jogadores usando sempre o superaquecimento
B3 Rel?
pra partir pro dano físico,
Rakan?
dano direto, né, o
No,
soco
it was
mesmo.
B3 Ori.
E na rota
Ooh,
do
I
meio,
don't
a
like
Kali
this. What
contra
the
o Oriana.
hell?
Esse matchup seria você
Because they banned
porque
Alistar, so this had to be
aqui
B4,
a BKS
B5.
tem um combo que a gente já tá vendo acontecer mais vezes, né? Oriana com Rumble, tendo um caçador que
Which
entra
is
em Violau
not
usando
ideal.
isso com o Nocturne.
Okay.
Então é uma composição pra jogar um alcance longo e acabar com a backline.
It is
Aí
very
só o
squishy, but you like your draft better.
coitado do Rabelo, porque é o único alvo.
É um pouco parecido
Okay,
com o que a gente
I don't hate the
tava
K-Stars
vendo
draft.
aqui,
I think they
pra
have a good
frente,
teamfight
mas, de novo, eu
composition
acho que a Red tem
with
algumas
these
peças
picks.
melhores
Why
pra
is my
agora
pen so
sim,
thin all of a sudden?
pra
Hello?
travar campeões que se jogam. Tem
Yeah.
essa Hel, tem essa própria
Those four
Sejuani,
picks are really
a
good for
Akali
teamfighting.
é uma campeã um pouco difícil
And
de você fazer
then
aceitada, porque
you've
ela
got
consegue
Rakan for
usar
engage,
muito
that's fine, and then the
poder,
Fury is just
se
there for
manter
cleanup.
a-
So
se
yeah,
manter
really
a
solid
salvo,
composition all
mas já é uma
round.
composição da
4
VK
to
que
5, I
traz
like
um
it.
pouco mais de sensação de que não vai
As
defender
for
tanto,
red,
vai causar, vai agressivar um pouco mais, como você falou, Jess,
not
esse
as
Rumble
good teamfighting.
na
You've
fase de
Sidge and
rotas ele vai
Rel,
muito
who are kind
bem.
of good for
A
disengage, I
Nafi também
guess,
dá um
and
espaço
engage if
pro
you need
Sarulu
it.
conseguir ser um
You've
pouco
got
mais,
Jhin when there's
proativo
no
e não
tank on the other
depender
side,
tanto
which
das
is really
suas rotas
nice.
pra conseguir aparecer mais no
You've got
jogo.
Akali, who can also shred them.
Entender, porque
Very
daí
nice.
a
And
gente
you've
tá
got
falando tudo
Jace.
isso e vem a Soriana,
Okay. This comp I
que
also
vai
give a 4 out of
demorar
5.
um leve tempo
Internal
pra
synergy,
crescer,
very
mas
little,
também acho que ela tá aqui
but
pra
it
fazer
does
mais
very
um papel
well
que
into
bem de maga
what
controladora, que é exatamente
Kate
o
Stars
que
have
ela é.
drafted.
O Quartz não tá muito aí,
So Kate
talvez,
drafted
preocupado em
a lot of
jogar essas
squishies,
rotas
and
e
the
sim
laning
mais
is going to
fazer
struggle
trabalho
into these
com a
champions.
teamfight depois. Mas a rota dele vai ser bem difícil também. Vai ser um pouco complexa.
É assim, né?
Okay.
fato de ele
Yeah, I think the
conseguir
drop's
ter
pretty
vantagem
even.
no
It comes down to
alcance
execution.
contra a Kali, mas a
I like that
possivelmente a
Kate's
Kali
draft is very
começar a
easy to
conseguir
execute,
resistir
very
ao dano da
straightforward.
Oriana, ela pode
Not a lot of
abusar
like
do
fancy things required. Only Sarolu. Sarolu probably has the most complicated part of this, along with Scamber. Everything else is really easy for them. That's really nice. That said, I do think Ridge draft counters this draft. It's just whether or not they can actually execute it properly. Don't group up. Don't all get hit by the shockwave. You can afford to lose one of your 3 carries to the shockwave and not bat an eye. You can afford to get 2 hit by it as long as they don't instantly die. And then you just have multiple threats to kind of just overwhelm them. Theoretically, Rebello should never get hit by the shockwave. If Rebello gets hit by the shockwave, then Kate Star's backline should be overrun by Zinz and Kaze.
que quando ele escolhe depois,
On paper.
ele tá preparado.
Você já
And I believe
viu
Break can
suficiente,
execute it. So this...
Não, ainda pelo
Yeah, I
menos
think both teams
mais
should be happy
2
with the
jogos,
comps.
né?
Ah, tá. Mandou bem.
That's it,
Mandou
really.
bem.
You're talking
Ainda
about
tem
the
jogo
lower
hoje,
bracket.
né? Mas já não duvido mais
Best of
que tá
7 with
zero.
one victory for upper
Você já
ranks in
viu o
ID. Let's see, but
Tô
Riot
sempre
wins
pronto pra ver
format.
mais, Foguete.
Yeah, also best of 7 doesn't work for League of Legends specifically because our games are too long. Right? With draft and in-game, you're looking at about 50 minutes already
Na hashtag Circuitão, já viram
per
o
game.
suficiente?
So,
Conta pra gente
best of
também
7,
por
which
aí,
goes the
vocês
full
acham que a Red
distance, would be
vence
like
mais
6
um jogo?
hours plus.
Ou o Kate Styles
About 6 hours
consegue o
and 10 minutes, I
empate? Hashtag
Wait, no.
Circuitão. E
Be
Ania,
5
se
hours
tá aí na
and 50
tela a
minutes,
escalação e os campeões,
which is just
é
way,
com
way,
você.
way too much.
É a hora da gente partir.
Your casters would also die. We'd have to be swapping casters partway through. Much the players much less gonna be dying. Hey Chippy, hello friend. Welcome, welcome in.
Estamos chegando pra esse jogo 2.
How is life going with you, Chippy?
A cara da equipe da Cade, a equipe da Red se mantém com o mesmo ímpeto.
I hope you all had
do
fun
duelo,
yesterday,
mas tá na hora
watching
da
the
gente
games
descobrir
actually.
Quem sairá com a vitória? Vocês estão
Unfortunately, I wasn't
prontos,
able to watch, but
invocadores.
I imagine I was watching it after.
Vamos que vamos pra esse jogo 2. A Red que conseguiu executar muito bem a própria.
And not gonna lie, I didn't feel like they were losing their minds that
No
hard.
primeiro jogo, agora tem
4-4
uma
in
Cade
TDS,
que
unfortunately.
protege, se defende melhor e que, na minha visão, tem rotas que podem lidar melhor com as
They did a good
dificuldades
job
que
though
a
during
Red
some of the
tem no
downtime
jogo.
initially.
Talvez com um pouquinho
When it's
de
very
exceção
one-sided
Doriana, que
beatdown
tem
from Red.
momentos, né? Tem tempos aí que ela vai poder brigar melhor na fase de
Okay.
rotas, mas assim, o bot, o top, sem dúvida nenhuma, mas
For Red early game right now, Red Academy, I'm looking for Zinz and Doom to kind of dominate the early game. If they don't, that's a good opportunity for Kate Stars. So top lane is going to be very important to me. If Shino can win the top lane and Rumble can actually play into Jace, it's hard, but it's doable. If Shino can win that, then Kate are in a really good position.
Estou
With
muito
Chalice on
grata
games.
que a gente tá em First Draft e não temos o risco de ter a Ambessa medalha de novo.
é verdade.
Porque
Were we watching the same game? Should be. I thought game 1 and 2 was wild.
Grudou. Já era, acabou pra mim.
Hoje já não ia
I guess by the
ter.
time they all finished the games yesterday, it was chill. Game 3 and 4 was.
Eu tava falando Ambessa pensando, pô, será que eu tô falando certo?
Yeah.
Já acabou pra mim.
Eu já
acabou
tava...
pra mim.
Já pode
Yeah.
passar ali no cartório e trocar o nome pra
That
Dio.
series went downhill real fast.
Ambressa, Lambreta.
Nossa, mas aí você foi longe, não?
É, coloca um quarto jogo dela aqui.
Não, pelo amor de Deus.
Oh.
Ah,
I was wondering if Yuzen and Rebella were going to try and some
22
cheese
da
early on.
noite, já ia estar qualquer coisa.
Zaya is quite weak
Mas
level
é
1.
fearless, né? Então foi cedinho.
Graças a Deus. Bom,
She
a
needs
gente
Blade
vê, então,
Call
essa
to be
troca
effective.
na rota começando. É uma rota que eu acho que o Smile e o Scamber podem abusar bastante.
I like that
podem
Rebello and
conseguir
Yuzen are trying to zone right from the
causar
get-go.
bastante pressão. E eu
I just don't know how
acho que o
effective it'll
Smile
be.
com uma campeã que ele consegue pressionar, que ele consegue fazer uma boa fase de rotas e talvez até aparecer um pouco mais cedo no mapa, aparecer um pouco mais cedo até em teamfights pra auxiliar o seu time, pode ser bem importante.
Sedge started bot side, and the Fury started top.
Iniciativas de combate
It's
aqui na parte de
decent,
baixo,
okay.
é flash do Zente Gasto, Rabelo só com 4 tiros pra fazer milagre. Smile na devolutiva com o
Wow,
seu
Smalley. Oh my goodness, hello?
Red.
Rebello just four-shotted him? Okay.
Ele foi lá e fez. Ele
I mean, it was a good
não
cleanse from
quer
Smalley.
saber,
He got rid of the
não
ignite, so he
continuaram
didn't take
pra
down
cima,
take that much damage from it.
garantiu a
But
eliminação
damn,
pra cima da Zaya, que não tinha
Rebello
barreira,
using,
né?
holy
Tava
crap.
purificar, então consegue até tirar essa
Genuinely
esse
best
jar,
2v2
mas
right now,
o
I
dano
guess.
bruto ali da quarta bala não teve jeito de parar.
Nossa, eu tô sem palavras.
Foi bonito, não foi?
Logo
That's
depois que eu
crazy.
tinha falado, cinema, né?
Acontece, né, gente? O jogo é esse,
Foi
né?
cinema.
O jogo é esse.
yeah, he just walked up and did that.
Sarolo e
That's nuts.
Quats, muito dano
Oh,
trocado.
Doom got hunted anyways.
Kazé poderia vir
Okay,
de
really good from
mas
Sarolo
não.
though.
Sairá com segurança.
Sarolu fazendo esse
Okay,
counter
really well
aqui
played
na
from
rota
Gate.
do
They're
meio, um
abusing the
counter
weak
grande.
early
Importante
levels
também
from
observar
Akali.
como dois caçadores fizeram
Kaze
seu
sticking
campo.
around is actually kind of looking to die,
Fez
high key.
primeiro ali o seu azul,
Clutch
tava
just
segurando
needs
a mão
like
do Quats,
auto
vai perceber
QW
aqui
auto
as
and Kaze's dead.
lâminas do lado do céu,
And he's dashing in.
isso, vai pra cima
Okay.
mesmo sem vida, o Sarolu tá do lado.
É muito ousado e aqui vai ser cobrado, tá?
Vai
Kaze is asking like for
Olha
trouble.
os cachorros vindo aí.
If you die to Sarolo at this point, like,
Olha esse Uzente não
They're just
tá
insane.
aqui, moçada.
holy crap.
De novo.
Okay.
Não é?
So why I said it's really good for Sarulu specifically, when even though Quats was the one who got the kill credit for that, it's more just something about the top lane, right? But if Sarulu can get accelerated on the Fury, that's huge. The Fury's early game now is a bit slower, a lot slower than it used to be. So if he can accelerate the Fury, then yeah, that's when we just shred them. Because Kate Star's game is basically killing off the carries as fast as they can, more than anything else. That's how their comp wants to play. And just soaking the engage from Red.
E foi ali um abate que eu acho que nem a gente esperava que fosse sair tão cedo.
So
Então,
if Sarolu
provando
gets
aí
fed,
do
you can
trabalho que ele faz
Red's
com essa
engage is
Oriana,
going to be like
é bem legal.
multi-directional, and it's not like all
Chata
charging at
nessa
you at
rota
once,
aí
which
pro
is exactly
Kazé,
where
ele
the Fury
volta
can
pra
just try and hunt
base,
down.
já gastou o seu
Because she's one by
telescopar,
one.
Enquanto o Quats ele ficou na rota, né? Conseguiu ganhar um bônus azul e ele vai pressionando
This also puts
bastante,
Doom in a
até
kind of awkward
frisando
position
um pouquinho
too.
a rota
Doom
bem
was probably hoping to
avançada,
full clear
uma
into a
posição
gank
cômoda demais aí
in the
pra
top side,
Thales,
but
ele
then
vem tentando
now Doom
pressionar
can't
no meio,
because he
mas
died
o
mid,
Zente,
and
ele
that
já
slowed
não
everything
sai
down.
mais do
Messed up
cover do
timers.
mid. Já sabe também que o Rabelo, né, porque conseguiu a eliminação, não tá precisando tanto de ajuda no bot, então vem ajudar quem precisa.
E o lado positivo pra VKS de toda essa pressão que o Cost está conseguindo colocar.
Yeah, a lot of focus in
é
the
que
mid lane right
como
now from both
essa
these
AK
teams.
ali fragilizada, sem conseguir aplicar tanto dano sem ser tão decisiva.
Like, it's good for Cade. I don't think it's good for Red. Kaze needs cover, but Kaze kind of doesn't want them leeching his
Uma boa forma de
experience.
sair, de fugir das entradas dessa Kali. E como ela não vai conseguir derrubar ele tão cedo assim nesse começo de jogo, por estar tomando muita pressão.
And meanwhile, Rebelo is happily isolated in the bot lane.
Bom, 5 minutos no relógio, o primeiro dragão nasce no pedaço. Temos essa iniciativa Hextech, mas que não deve ser priorizada por
It's
ninguém.
super hard for Kaze. He
Rapidíssimo,
burnt TP already.
movimentação do Saru pra
Quatzel is
cima do
his, so
Blitz,
Quatzel's
ele
gonna
garante
trade
uma
health and then
velocidade
just
rápida,
TP back
coloca
at
seus dots
6.
pra jogo, e o Chino lança o seu
Yeah, there we
martelo de
go.
mercúrio pra
There's the
jogar
rumble
os adversários
rundown.
pra muito bem longe.
That's happening because Sarulu gets prio and Doom is behind.
Entrada pra cima, o Zente, muito machucado.
I think Kate has to be careful there.
Rabelo, só com seu quarto tiro ao dispor.
Oof.
Prefere
Ah,
farmar,
Rebelo didn't get the
prefere
first
ter
shot
essa
on them.
segurança e prefere subir pra auxiliar o seu caçador.
Eu ia comentar, né, que no jogo 1 a gente viu muito a rota superior lutando aqui em 1v1, né, bem no comecinho da partida. Teve muita trocação, né, entre
Again.
Ambessa e Camille. Aqui agora,
Despite
com o
the
Rumble contra o
prio
Jason,
that
time
Cade is
passou
getting
pela
in
rota
lanes,
superior,
it's
foi
Red
mais
who's starting up the
vários
dragon.
jogadores, agora a Red
It just feels like Cade is not prioritizing dragon at all, that's all.
vai chegar aqui pra botar cara, o Saru também. Não deu tempo, mas querem cobrar.
Querem ao menos sair com algum benefício. Eliminação podendo vir aí, será?
Okay.
Entrada pra cima do Doom.
Nice shockwave from Quats. They might be able to get to.
Sensacional!
Yeah, really well played.
Coloca pra jogo. É proeza de guerrilha
Really
dos
nice. Oops.
guerreiros.
Oh, this is game 2. Forgot to change
O
that.
choque foi pegar o Zente lá atrás, trazer de volta essa Rel pra conseguir permitir a eliminação pro time da VK. Dessa
Okay.
vez, ele
This I can get
começam
behind.
dando a letra
Oh,
do jogo.
Kaze.
Mas tem que tomar cuidado, tem dois jogadores
Kaze
de
não.
aqui embaixo.
Yeah.
Então, primeira chegada da Haddad.
Good shuriken flip.
rodando seu helicóptero. Mas tudo bem, tá em segurança, sem maiores perigos.
So effectively, Cade Academy is going for gold and giving up the objective. That's fine for Push Drake. I think that's really well played from
A
them.
Red tava tentando fugir, Smile e Scamber chegam juntos e o Quats já tava por ali.
Oh, Quats even dropped the
Encaixou
ball.
a ultimate,
He actually
puxa
manually
dois
moved it. Interesting.
jogadores e na
Red
puxada
needed to
do
win
Jazz
early,
nítido.
right?
É Sejuani que não tá conseguindo ser tanque, né?
Kind of.
Jazz. Tudo bem
More
que
than
ele
needing
primeiro
to win
abate
early,
o
they
Lena,
were
ficou
just
exatamente em cima dela, então
stronger
o
early
jogo
on the top
tá
side.
ficando um pouco
On the side
complicado
lanes, to be
agora.
specific.
Vai ficar complicada a vida do
If they
Chico,
actually skill to
chega
ultra
no
late,
contato, é flecha
then
adiante,
I actually
tenta
think it
pra
favors
tentar
Red again if it goes
Equalizador
ultra late. But
lançado,
mid game,
Simpson
Cade is going to be
Net,
very
Smile
stronger.
só pra finalizar com as suas peninhas. Tudo que vai
He kind of goes like,
volta.
Bem na hora
if
dessa
Red
versão de
is here
rotas aí do time
and
da VK, a Red
Cade starts on this
tenta
side,
essa jogada um pouquinho mais ofensiva,
X-axis,
não tinha
it
dano pra
kinda
conseguir
starts out
cobrar
like
esse Rumble
this.
do Chino. Agora 4-1 no placar, começo melhor pro time da VK.
in terms of their
que vai
power
levando a
spikes.
melhor na fase de rotas. Isso vai fazendo total diferença.
So
né?
Cade
Porque
wanted
o
to try and
Saru
abuse that small
quebra
advantage they had
muito o
early.
jogo do Doom.
E é até interessante.
Oh, sorry, other way around, sorry.
falando
That
que
was
essa
flipped.
Oriana
Red was on top.
desconecta
Cade was at the
nessa
bottom, sorry.
composição,
I had them
já
flipped.
que ela ia precisar de tempo pra crescer.
Where
ia
Red
acabar
wanted to
demorando
abuse like sort of
pouco mais do que os
the
outros
bit of an
componentes
early
pra
advantage they
ser
had before they go into the
proativa,
trough,
mas
and then
como o Quats tá fazendo um jogo
yeah,
muito
then the mid
dominante,
game's gonna be
ele também
heavily
tá
Cade
fazendo uma
favored, and as a
sombra muito
late
importante
game
pro
it could go either
Saru
way.
conseguir pressionar
But
na
Red
jungle,
technically have a
conseguir
comp that can
fazer
do a
muito
little bit
bem,
more
e
with
são
agency.
exatamente aonde estavam
Whereas Cade
colocados
Stars is more
os
about landing
primeiros
like
abates
the
ali
upfront
daqueles
burst
guys.
with the
Dois na
shockwave
mão do
and
Quats,
and
um na
equalizer.
mão do Sarolu, agora o Smile também garantiu dele, Quats tem que tomar cuidado.
Yeah.
Vai adiante, então Doom.
So it's bad for Red basically that they lost out that early. Because now we're approaching the Cade part of the game. Oh, another beautiful shockwave.
Colocando também pra duelo, Casella embaixo. Execução perfeita, obrigado a flechar pra finalizar. A aclamação em aberto, vai lançando o tiro.
Actually, this fight kind of shows you how a lot of the game might go for both these teams. Like Cade getting the initial burst, they start off the fight really, really well. But the moment their upfront burst is kind of gone, that's when Red starts to win these fights in the extended fight. Right now, it's just that Cade are ahead, and that's why Sarulu gets the extra kill and extra advantage. But as the game goes on, he gets a lot of fear.
O Falidos do Fantasy, ele é gigante. Ele é gigante, tá? Ele sabe muito bem o que ele faz.
Yeah, so well played from
Também aí
Cade.
falando,
They're
será que
continuing to
tem
extend the lead.
replay do que
And
aconteceu
even
no
better for
final
them,
de
they're actually
semana?
focusing on objectives this game.
Mas, por
I did not
enquanto,
like how much they
a Red
gave to Red
conseguiu
in
aí
game 1
bons
for free.
avanços nessa luta.
E olha, o replay ele pode ser mais do que só o próprio placar, né?
Yeah,
Pode
Quats'
ser mais do
Oriana is
tempo
rock solid
também,
though.
do Jogo 1, a Red
Really well played.
dominando, aí a VK voltando. Esse jogo 2, a VK já tá participando bem e bem mais cedo, né, da partida. A
Did
gente vai
he
ver
put the
esse
ball on
replay,
somebody, or did he manual
até
move?
encontra
Okay,
essa
no.
reiniciação,
Yeah,
consegue
ball into
colocar
Sarulu using him
um
as a
alvo
ball
ali
dribbler
pra
system.
última, mas pega
That's
meio separado o Quats,
yeah, well played.
um sobra pra morrer. consegue encontrar mais eliminação, né? Todo mundo vai pulando pra fora da ult dele.
Rebello whiffed all the shots. Damn.
Quando sai a ultimate do Doom, ele se posiciona na frente do
I think if Rebello lands 2 of those shots, maybe they could have answered equal. But yeah, there's a lot of mobility between a Rakan and a Fury.
A gente já tá quase nos 10 minutos de jogo. 3
blame him.
abates na mão dela. E agora fecha o seu primeiro item, um spike muito importante pro Saralui, que veio muito cedo e que vai dar ainda mais pressão pra ele. Se a gente olhar todo o time da Red, tirando a Sejuani e a Hel, ele consegue fazer uma boa entrada em todo mundo e explodir todo mundo muito rápido. Então precisa tomar um pouco de cuidado agora com essa
Red can still
pressão
find
que a
their way
Navi vai
back
fazer da
in.
selva, porque vai
2K
também
feels
bater
really
de
bad
boa.
at this point in the game,
Olha o
but
encaixe
yep,
lançado.
there you go.
Dessa vez não tem milagre para o mid laner do time.
Oh, Yuzen, okay. Yuzen picked it up the Ignite. I don't want to call it a kill steal because they needed it secure, but it just feels really bad. And then meanwhile, Zinz just suffers for overpushing. Why did he go Shojin first instead of Eclipse?
Aí, né? Eliminação da Red ficou pro pior jogador
On the
que tinha
Fury?
ali entre os três, né?
Good
Acabou
question.
ficando nas mãos do suporte.
I'm actually not
Nessa
sure.
hora,
I've seen that on
tava
Mbessa
preocupando
recently too.
bastante, né, de uma
There's quite a few
eliminação
Mbessa players that are going
pouquinho mais de
Shojin
ouro.
over
A gente já falou bastante, né, da Navi,
Eclipse.
e aí o impacto que tem.
Let me actually
que o
pull up
caçador,
their
né, da Red tá bem atrás, é um campeão que
stats.
tenta ser tanque, não consegue, só agora conseguiu fechar a botinha, tá com
Like in my
2
head,
pontos ali
my
pra
gut
caçar o
instinct is
Samurai.
that Eclipse is
É a
better,
situação
but
mais
I
complicada aí que a gente
I
sabe
mean, if they're
que
doing it,
tem.
they must be doing it for a reason. It's not always the
A
right
gente
reason,
teve
but
Kazé avançando a rota superior, mas ele teve que rapidamente sair. Comprou o Explo cinturão, mesma coisa também.
because at least in Mbessa, I kind of get it. Spear of Shojin gives like the
E a gente tem que acompanhar
ability
também
haste.
se a VK não vai deixar esse ritmo tão forte que eles estão emplacando
Shojin
cair,
doing
né?
ability
Porque não
damage.
pode,
The
eles
champion
têm que
ability grants a
continuar
stack for 6
acelerando,
seconds,
tem que
stack at 4
continuar
times,
usando
up
o
to
acelerador,
1 per
conseguindo
cast
abrir essa
instance.
vantagem, conseguindo
For
dando
each
esses
stack, ability
objetivos,
damage and proc
pra
damage
que
gains
todo
3%
esse
increased
early game da
damage.
Naafiri vale a pena e seja impactante.
So
E
basically,
tudo
if you can
esse
spam more
esses-
skills,
todos
you
esses
do more
recursos
damage with
que
your
o Sarah
skills.
conseguiu,
That's
ele
Spear of
também
Shojin.
devolva pro mapa,
It gives
devolva
attack
pras
damage and
rotas,
health
ele tá se
and
aproximando desse
ability
gol.
haste.
Quer trazer Evolutivo pra cima nesse
Eclipse
gate,
gives
mas o
attack
Zinz
damage and
pega o seu
ability haste, no
portal,
health.
tenta sair laçando por aqui. A movimentação da ultimate do Shino vai atrasar um pouco, mas não vai ser o bastante. Os cachorrinhos dando
Every
um
Moon
cheirinho no
Rising.
calcanhar e vai fugir, sem maiores perigos.
Generate
Só que enquanto isso,
stacks.
a Red vai garantindo
2
o objetivo
stacks.
na parte de baixo.
Pops
É
extra
dragão
damage.
final pra eles.
So I guess the difference
2
between Spear of
stacks de
Shojin
dragão
and
a 0 nesse
Eclipse is
momento.
Eclipse is
A
more
VKS
bursty.
não vai conseguir também levar
Spear of
torre, né? A
Shojin
gente
is
ainda tem
more
a
like
disputa das
over
forças de
time,
força.
or
Então são
the
dois
more
objetivos
abilities you
por
get
mão da
off,
VKS, e a torre ainda em
the
aberto.
better it is.
O Saralui tem que tomar cuidado por aqui.
And it gives
também.
health versus Eclipse with no
Teve
health.
que flechar e quase saiu carregado. Vem então o lançamento
Oh.
da sua movimentação com o seu mortal. Smiley bastante
Yeah, Kaze
assustado.
doesn't quite have enough
Vem a
damage
execução
right now.
perfeita do Kaze de forma defensiva.
On second item, maybe he
Achei
might.
que o Rabelo ia abrir essa ult, né? Ia
Actually
tentar
start popping
continuar
squishies.
nessa perseguição. Kazé foi pra
Yeah,
cima,
I think
pra
Sarulu
segurar
might have gone Spear of
os
Shojin because he
alvos
wants the
ali pra
tankiness
ele,
if
pra
he's
forçar
diving.
a VK ficar por ali. Isso tá
Might
dando
also help his
bastante
farming
mais esse jogo
a bit
ganhando,
more.
gente.
I wonder if
Aclamação
that's
aberta,
if
Smiley
the
já
farming
toma dois
advantage is worth
tiros,
it.
O terceiro vem pro Sarolo, o quarto não pega ninguém, mas a mensagem tá
Smaller.
passada.
Playing with fire there.
Esse quarto tiro é o tiro da ambição, né? É de querer que ele faça a curva, que pegue o ADC lá atrás.
I don't know, I still feel like Eclipse is better for fighting.
Talvez seria melhor, só causar dano quem tava ali pela frente.
Would have to ask
Mas,
bro.
em todo
I
caso, a
suspect
Red
it's more for the
consegue
farming speed.
Scamber.
Vamos pegar
Oh,
então esse
Scamber couldn't get
bote
away.
da Cade, ele liga a sua rapidez, mas tá com
Ooh, that's a yike.
congelado, transformado em
Não adianta.
picolé e derretido.
Use it, fix it
pelo
up again.
Ignite do Zente.
Use it with the most kills on Red right
Não
now.
faz isso não, meu querido.
I mean, you take what you can get,
Ficou
right? He would have it
quando
skipped
flechou,
otherwise,
tava
but
morto. Então acabou perdendo o seu
It's rough.
feitiço e ainda voltando pra base.
okay.
Tem
I
jogada
do
que
like
ele
that Red is
conseguiu,
still looking for
funcionar
picks and
nesse
trying to
jogo.
make plays.
Agora
Since
esse
it's
lançamento do lança
Since
chamas,
that's
veio
rough.
queimando, foi
I thought he had
tudo.
to burn
A
flash.
sobrancelha
At
do
least he doesn't
Zente
burn
não
flash.
existe mais.
O Rowan tá
But-
com uma vantagem já bem legal que ele tá
Nossa,
conseguindo
gigante, né?
aplicar, tá?
Yeah, this top side is not
que
a
era
very good
exatamente
position
a
for
fase
Zinz
de
anymore,
rotas.
and Doom has
Era o
basically
mais
abandoned it
importante
completely.
do jogo do Chino, e ele tá conseguindo fazer isso muito bem. Já é outro jogador em relação
Yeah, it's probably the
ao
right
que ele
call.
fez no
Since
primeiro
is
jogo
not
contra a Camille.
really got a long
Tá
kill threat,
pressionando
even with the
muito,
Sejuani.
E é interessante porque o Saralou não tá precisando ser tão proativo em
Because he had to dip into
auxiliar o
tier, and
Chino
he went
nessas
for
jogadas,
tier 2
né? Ele tá
boots
conseguindo
too.
se virar muito bem e tá fazendo esse trabalho muito bem feito. A gente vê agora o Quartz por aqui, já tem uma movimentação do Scamber muito maior.
While we were
pelo
talking, it's
mapa,
worth
né?
noting
Ele já
Red
tá
picked up
conseguindo
both
deixar o
early
Smiley um
dragons.
pouco
It's
mais
actually
sozinho,
huge for
até
them.
porque esse Jhin não
Because
tem ainda
Kate,
essa
with their
pressão.
comp,
O
they
Doom
are very
também,
strong mid
que
game. They
poderia
probably wanted to
somar
play their own
um
objectives.
perigo de ficar
But they've already
participando
lost 2
das
dragons, so
rotações
Red can afford to give them
proativas.
dragons
O
while
Scamber
buying them
consegue
their
ter
team time to
participação no
scale up.
mapa, e aqui embaixo a gente vê a VKS agora sim se preocupando
I don't really like
mais
them
em
sending Doom
dominar
and
essa
Yuzen down
região,
here.
pra que não deixe
I don't think you get
mais
kills
dragão
with this
da
3.
Red.
Falando em deixar o dragão,
It's a lot
gente
of
tem a
resources
Outback
wasted.
vencendo em menos de 1 minuto. minuto. As barricadas acabaram de cair.
Like, if you just want Doom there to cover Zinz, fine.
Das torres, exceto pela rota superior, onde a T1 tá bem danificada. Por aqui no Rio, Sarol e Doom se estreando bastante. E o Gold...
That's actually not too bad for Red, considering how the early game went.
2k de ouro de vantagem aí pro time
Still
da
traded
BK
even
nesse
on
momento.
plates.
Esse ouro muito concentrado nos dois jogadores da parte de cima do mapa, tanto o caçador como o top laner. E além, né, da vantagem de ouro, pra mim tá melhor e tem
It feels like Red stabilized the bleeding, and Cade haven't been able to quite find a way to accelerate the game right now. So they've just got to play around objectives, I guess. Once the turret drops, it should be a lot easier for Cade. It's just, yeah, in standard lanes right now, when Kaze now has 6 and Flash, is a lot harder to gank. Zinz is the gankable lane, but Zinz has been playing quite defensively, very safely. And they've been doing a good job sheltering Zinz with coverage from Doom. Oh, there's a damage stat. The longer you live, the more damage you can do. Sure. I don't disagree with that. And that's why I think like Shojin's is more like a sustained thing versus the burst of Eclipse. Really good damage distribution across Cade on the curtain call there. Oh, using catches 5? I don't know if Red want this. A team fight is what Cade wants. Why are we... Oh my goodness. Kaze is redeeming this so much. Holy crap. Bloody hell, mate. That should not have happened. That is borderline illegal. Cavallo's in this game, right? Understandable. You saw Horse and you thought Cavallo. Yuzin had an epic Magnet Storm there. That is criminal. That Red just got away with that. Like, we burnt Curtain Call to push him back. Great, good. I think that's a good call. But then we wasted the Glacial Prison, and Red still saw the angle. Like, this is literally just off of Kaze. So we talked about how this comp plays, right? There's a lot of squishies. You need to get the burst down. And this is why late game, I favor the Red comp. Late game. But in the mid game right now, if you're clumped, that's when Shockwave and Equalizer are supposed to destroy you. Equalizer comes across. That's a good Equalizer. It's really, really solid. Where's the Shockwave? Shockwave only catches 2. And one of them's using. Okay. Smalley was also very late to use the Featherstorm. Yeah. I think if Smalley gets the Featherstorm off there, maybe they should have won the fight. The layering was not done properly by K-Stars Academy. The individual agency that Red have and the way they split up was picture perfect. That's exactly how this comp needs to play into a big wombo like that. Over here casting for Red. I mean, I'm casting. I'm just pointing out what's good. And right now, Red Academy played that fight really good. Up to then, Cade was playing it well. Especially the early game from Cerulu. But that fight, Cade screwed up. See, this is more what I expect from Cade. Or from how this is supposed to go right now at this point in the game. Oh, Cerulu's isolated. You waited till his cooldowns. Okay, he's still straight 1 for 1. Cade's still fine. Cade has to be careful though, they don't have their cooldowns yet. Should I speed up? Catch that up for life. It should be. It should be illegal. Lunar, you saw the same play. You tell me that was a normal way that fight should have gone? In a choke point? At 16 minutes? Between these two comps? That should not have been able to happen for Red. Cade should have ran it. I don't know, man. Like, the way Yuzin... I didn't see the angle that Yuzin saw. But hey, Yuzin made it work. 5-man Magnet Storm with 0 AoE pull-up from his team.
Agora parece que a Red vai guivar o dragão pra tentar levar as proezas de força. Porque a gente teve 3 objetivos da Red, né? Os 2 dragões e o Arauto. E as 3 primeiras eliminações pra VK. A torre ainda tá em aberto. E quem tá levando ao top é o Kaze. Ainda tem o Arauto.
Cade's ults are back up now.
Deixam ali o dragão pro time da VK.
I applaud their patience to not go for it earlier, even when they had the numbers advantage.
A Red não precisa botar a cara aqui nessa luta.
They are gonna lose a lot for it though. Oh, there's TP coming in. Red want this fight again. Holy crap.
eliminado, sai aqui. Squads
Damn.
e Sarolo
He just can't catch a break right now. Their AoE is completely screwing up. They're getting so close, but they can't get the kill.
O Dom travou ali no finalzinho uma guerra de 100 anos contra as galinhas. Coisas que são importantes a gente destacar. Mas é mais uma jogada da Red, onde eles conseguem de novo uma vantagem. Consegue novamente virar esse
Okay, Red.
Tem a vantagem aí das botinhas fechadas e a gente vai
the free head
ver
eclipse.
como você falou, Jesse, o flanco que o Kazé faz é muito impactante.
Unironically,
Os jogadores da Cage
it's alright. Where's the equalizer coming down on?
Fechadas. E a gente vai ver aí o replay dessa jogada.
So first of all, Red played this well. Kaze is a phenom, man. Like, he looks like what I thought Mago was gonna be. This is a great flank position. They've got VKS split, and you can see the way they're engaging as well. It's really hard to land like perfect shockwaves. Equalizer comes across. Again, I think this is a really solid placement from Shino. It's splitting up the fight. The problem is nobody's able to lock Kaze down. Where's the ball? Oh, the shockwave is there. Wait, it didn't hit Kaze?
E ainda assim os jogadores da Cage demoram pouco pra cair, mas estava totalmente.
What? Shockwave didn't hit Kaze? That's super weird.
Aqui dentro do pit do dragão, o Rabelo faz essa leitura, liga sua ultimate, impede que ele chega e presta a composição da Vivo que ele está.
Yeah, this is actually a huge problem for Gate Stars.
Novamente a Red virando aí esse ouro de pouco em pouco a seu favor.
E jogaço do Kazé, viu?
E jogaço. Mais uma entrada.
Yeah, this was like a bit of mental boom from Kate now. Like, they're skipping steps, they're just trying to like play fast, it feels like, but that's not how your comp wants to play, and then Rid just pick you off. Like, if you're not grouping up for a team fight, this comp does not beat that comp. This comp is the one that wants chaos, that wants small skirmishes, that wants picks. The goal isn't even that far apart. Like, Kate just need to slow it down and play front to back.
A gente vai querer ver o Kazé jogar no final de semana.
Fica aí, então,
Menino tá demais.
essa expectativa, o GSTV, tá
Ou vamos colocar o circuitão pra passar sábado lá em casa.
Pode ser também.
Se você der play no circuito, você vai ver ele jogar, pronto. Exato.
Again, the goal difference is very, very minor.
Mas você já viu o suficiente.
Kate answered back with some turrets of their own, so that's good for them, but...
E é até interessante porque nesse...
eu vou te pegar.
Yeah, I am much more concerned just with how they've been playing team fights.
Pode ir, perdão. Não.
And Red are just playing it
É
better.
até interessante porque foi um jogo em que ele começou muito atrás, né? Ele começou sofrendo uma pressão ali da Soriana e aí começou a recobrar.
I think Sarulu specifically as well needs to not be the first one in these fights. He needs to play clean up, and he needs to throw in backline. And or Kaze, whoever jumping in. Sarulu got caught again. Both the deaths from Sarulu just came in the last 5 minutes. Last 3 minutes. Kuze, he got a little bit tilted after the fight.
O começo do jogo até os 15, 16 minutos fazendo nada, sendo completamente focado. Agora é ele botando a cara, é ele sozinho, é ele que tá mandando na selva.
Muito trabalho também do Zent aqui de estar conseguindo
That's a lesson you've been playing doing it. Yeah. I mean, if you're hit enough, you can. I think back to the one game Ranger played the split. His Nifir was engaging with face first. But that was because his team was actually able to win fights at that time. I mean, they still lost the game, but yeah. Partially maybe because Ranger was not engaging, but his scoreline was fine. Yeah, Sarulu, it was like he's trying to like hero play this and be like, you know, the guy right now. But Nefiri's, unless you're very accelerated, that's not how Nefiri
Mas não
works.
tem follow-up, não tem essa continuidade de dano batendo na porta. Smiley buscando esse farm, ele tá bem atrás em oposição ao Rabelo.
It looks like Kate Stars has kind of stopped throwing a little bit. They've actually set up the vision ward, the vision net again. And they're trying to make a play.
Percebe como o Kazé ele avança a rota inferior, então ele já tem um posicionamento pra tentar pegar alguém pelo flanco, alguém que coloque a cara.
Their lack of a tank is really hurting them now, though. As we're starting to see like second items completed and third items being threatened, this is where the Kate Stars comp starts to fall off a little bit. At third item, I don't think their team fight is necessarily better anymore. It just becomes more even at that point. So Kate are actively looking to try and grow their lead right now. Like, the longer it waits, the worse it gets for them.
Sabia onde ele estava agora, a VKS começa a agressivar, a expulsar a Regi aí desse rio. E o Kazé, de novo, fazendo um flanco, permanece por ali.
Kaze's in fantastic position again, though.
Surpresa, tem uma Kali na moita.
Somehow Kaze dodged all the wards, getting into position. Really good.
Ele tá no limite.
Agora sim.
Oh, he showed.
Saiu do limite. Só a shurikenzinha pra fora e tá tudo certo.
Jeez, Sarul was already down to 60%. Okay, there we go. There's the pop.
aberta, vem aí o quarto tiro. Não é o bastante pra eliminar, mas
That's what Kaden needed to do.
dá coragem pra Cade.
And they still have their ults.
Kazé foi muito sozinho,
Barring
né?
Scampers.
Conseguir eliminar o Shin.
Scamper doesn't need his
Não
ult to
tinha
start.
como esse Rumble responder, mas responderam a base de dano. Responderam com todo mundo virando foco, vai pra cima os Zen.
Okay.
Zint coloca a tempestade magnética, mas não tem encaixe. Vem
There
o
we
do
go.
lado, pode ser eliminado pelos Zints, a continuidade vai se passando, Zints sobrevivendo, mas olha os cachorros chegando na cola.
Sarulu needs to focus on killing and not the dragon. He needs to focus on killing champions.
Chegada do terceiro vindo aí,
Oh.
pode cair, mas olha a entrada do
Sarulu
Sarulu.
can't do it. Okay, genuinely, if he had Eclipse there, oh my goodness, genuinely if he had Eclipse.
Para o time da Red.
Esse Rabelo é
Holy crap.
esquisito, tá? Esse inimigo é diferente.
Okay,
Esse
that's
inimigo é
it.
diferente.
That's
Esse do Rabelo, que
kind of it.
jogadaça, conseguiu se movimentar, ainda saiu vivo.
Yeah,
é
Red,
dragão,
that's the
time
breaking
da
point.
Red.
Red win
Eles
this series,
recuperam
win this game
durante
now.
a luta, meio
And
que
potentially the
começaram
series.
com um a menos, com o Kazé só jogando aquela luta do flanco.
Rebello is the
Um
kill.
engage
I actually was not watching his
todo,
positioning. I
gente
need to
passou
rewatch that
reto
positioning.
mesmo
I was watching
assim, a
Sarulu
Red
get torn
sobrevive.
apart.
5.280
Like dragged left and right and not having enough damage to secure any of those kills. That was hella painful. Yeah. Let's watch Rebello then.
Essa hora...
Like this was good from VKS. I thought this was fine, and then
É,
here was where I had problems. Like I get that Sarulu is waiting for cooldowns, but also there's just no threat on the backline. Zinz gets the reset. Rebello is free firing. Okay. Yeah, Rebello is kiting well. Zinz to me is kiting even better than Rebello. Like Zinz has played almost most of this fight on, what's that, 10-15% health? Oh, and he comes back in the cut time. Yuzen doesn't even die! Holy crap. Yeah, Rebello played that. His positioning was really good. Zinz and Rebello's positioning was good. All of Red was playing really, really well in positioning. The carries know exactly what they need to do. And you can see how low they were. Damn, like if you're Sarulu, you're crying in the club right now. Okay, good pick. Good pick. And they got onto Smaui. Nice. I mean, I think it's better on Sarulu, but that's fine. It's wrong too.
Então tava conseguindo aí. Eu tô meio emocionada com a jogada do Jin, gente. Não é o que meu português tá falho hoje. E ele tava conseguindo fazer essa movimentação muito bem. Então já tinha bons.
I'm just laughing that Ocean Soul is not as bad as it, or is not as good as it used to be. It's kind of like meh right now. But for Sarulu specifically, that Ocean Soul could be a huge tilter. If he can't get kills and they start regenerating mid-fight as well. Like if I'm Sarulu, I'm just tilted off the face of this planet at that point. Like I just can't play this game. Damn, Kazi almost killed Chino. This is super bad for Cade Stars. Oh, there we go. Yeah, counter the bleed exactly. Yeah, this was like super brutal for Cade Stars because they were doing Baron. When Shino gets caught like that, they can't even just collapse backwards. They try to, but you could see that Red just collapsed in on them as well and just cut them off. And then Cade can't even get back out. Yeah, that fight mid. That fight around Dragon, sorry, it was like the game breaker, the backbreaker for Cade. And then now, Red just have the tools they need to be able to kind of win everything. They'll get Baron, they'll be able to accelerate, and GG. Yeah, this might be a 3-0. Generally, I don't... They need to fix mental for game 3. First, like the biggest issue for them now is fix mental. Yeah, it's starting to look broken. Both game 1 and game 2, after like the critical fight, it just feels like they've given up and they're going GG go next.
Vão ter ainda mais vantagens.
27, 28 minutos no relógio, muita progressão de duelo. A Cade começou extremamente à frente, seja no placar de abate,
I'm not live. The speed back up again.
6 mil de gold, da mesma forma como tomou na primeira partida aqui dessa série, meu querido GCV. A situação está...
Yeah, if this Cade can't fight team fights, they just don't have a way to play this game.
Nos abates. Então eles garantiram 2 e a Red 11. Olha essa virada, né? Esse ímpeto, esse momento do time da Red, que parece que só eles estão conseguindo as eliminações, todas as lutas.
Red's doing a fantastic job denying vision. Whenever they play aggressively, you can see how like they just set up the offensive vision and just clear everything out. It's so rough for Cade. Like you understand why they have to make that call because they're being strangled out, but by the time they make the call, there's no vision and just a clean ace. Like it's not even close too. Like sure, Kazi's health is kind of low, but that's Kazi diving in to get kills. It's just wipe. And this is the sort of GG go Knicks mental I was talking about from Cade. Like they're just done with this game. They know they've lost. They know it's unplayable, and then they're just like, okay, just go for kills, reset, and just go Knicks. that was probably not the ideal play. Like, I understand what, like, feeling the pressure to do it, but it's also like, why are we? You know they're there, you know they're clearing vision, but you don't know exactly when in the area they are. They just full sent it. Yeah. I wonder if they're kind of like this also because it's upper finals, not grand finals. So even if they lose, they just fall to lower finals, and then they play winner of Los versus Stella, and then they go back to upper finals. But honestly, the way they're playing today, this does not remind me of yesterday. This reminds me of last week when Cade played against Furia. Like, I'm seeing a lot of similarities between this series and the VKS Furia series, where Furia spiked them. And my fear is if their mentals are so broken from today, they play on Wednesday against winner of Los Stella. Reminder, the one team that beat both Cade Stars and Red Academy in the regular season was Stella. Like, when Red and Cade are playing to potential, I think they're better than Stella, undoubtedly. But if Cade play this way, I think Stella might be able to beat them. Heck, I think Los might be able to beat them. It's a feel bad series right now. And I don't think Cade's dropping poorly either. I think their drops are good. I like their drop better in game 1, and here in game 2, I thought it was a solid drop. They had a lot of good internal cohesion. I'm not liking Orianna right now in the current meta. I feel like every time I see her, it's like my brain tells me that, oh, she should be good at team fights, and then every time I see her, she's like, meh at team fights. I think I'm starting to hit the point where I feel like the only time you ever want to pick Orianna is if you have Nocturne. If you don't have Nocturne, I don't know why you pick Orianna here. They have to stop winning draft. I don't know, Ray, if you follow LCP at all, but the finals happened this morning, like middle of the night, I guess, for LCP. Was it? Wait, finals? No, upper finals. It was the CFO versus Talon game, and apparently it was the first full fearless reverse sweep, I believe was what people said it was. And basically, hold on, let me just double check if it's upper finals or... Yeah, it was upper finals. Talon was up 2-0, and in game 3, CFO was like, they pulled a reverse sweep, and apparently the way it happened was hilarious, because I think I can't remember, I think it was Hongyu? No. Doggo? Somebody was just told, hey, play whatever you want. And they just picked a champion they apparently never practiced before, as a team. And then that started the reverse sweep. Upper semifinals, yeah. Yeah, but it was apparently like, they just played comfort in game 3 and just said, hey, play whatever you want, you know, I trust you. And then that was the comeback, the reverse sweep. Hold on, let me, you know, actually we got time right now because I don't think the market's open yet for fantasy. So are you serious? Okay. Really? Hold on. Why did it log me out? I was literally just logged in a moment earlier. Like a game ago, I was still logged in. That's annoying. Never, don't save my crap. It's not open yet. Too early. Let me find the... It was a post by Chisen. Here, this one. This is what I woke up to this morning. Yeah, Doggo, that was awesome. Oh yeah, the mid laner was Hongyu. Pick whoever you fight playing. Akali or Victor. I don't think you should play AP. Hongyu, I want Camille. Camille mid. Should I bring it to me? Yeah, this actually. This is what I woke up to this morning on my Twitter feed. And it's awesome. I love it. I think there is a lot to be said. Charlie did not hesitate in our question. The champion scrim is not solo queue. Yeah. Oh, post game. Yeah, this is a Kaze pop-off game. Kaze, generally, man, like Kaze, get him up at LTA South, man. Man deserves a chance. If Tinons isn't playing properly, maybe Loud should take like Kaze as a 6th man. Take him on loan from Red Academy. Yeah. And like, hey, light a fire under Tinons, because I think Tinons is a motivation issue right now. I still think Tinons has the hands. I think he's good enough. I just think he's like mentally not in the right place right now. So, I don't want to see Tinons get cut completely from the scene, but I do think that he needs something to like help reset mental. Maybe some time off. The guy's been playing for what, 13 years now? So, yeah, he's been here forever. 12 years. 13? 12 years. 2013. This is 2015, so this is the 13th year he's been playing. But yeah, no, I think Kate, maybe go back to comfort draft. I know Ash Braum is not available, but maybe just pick the Ash for Smalley. It's a champion he's always done phenomenally on, and I think it just sets up his team for a lot of success. I think right now, the team is struggling to make plays. Scamber alone is not enough, and it looks like Sarolu is not playing to set up his team. So either put Sarolu on freaking Sedge Skarner or Maokai. Hey, my mouse is working now. What the hell? That's weird. Okay, well, I'm gonna enjoy my mouse working while it does. Yeah, either put them on this or put Smalley on a facilitator champion. Unfortunately, nah, my mouse isn't working. Jin and Sin have been played. The only one left is Ash. So, yeah, I think do both, right? Like Quats and Shino can be your carry. Smalley has carried on Ash before. Put him on Ash. Put Sarolu on one of these facilitator champs. Either that or just go full comfort. Like freaking, what is this? Rengar, Talon. And then, yeah, I still think Ash for Smalley is still the angle for me. Because Smalley on Ash just gives you so many more options everywhere else. Shino can take his... Well, Gwen's probably going to be banned again. But if Gwen's not banned, Shino can take that. Or Renekton. Or Cassante. I know Cassante is not like hugely super meta right now, and that you can still punish the Cassante. But at least Gwen's off the table. What am I saying? Freaking Camille is off the table, and Gwen will probably be banned anyway. So those are the two sort of common counters to Cassante that get to free scale. Yeah, and those should be comfort picks for Shino. Sort of deal. Quats can go back to whatever the hell normally works for him, like Azir or whatever. I don't care, whatever. Like I trust Quats will be fine with whatever he picks at this point. I think Gates still want blue side ideally. Like, I don't think counter pick is big enough for them. Quats has never been a big counter pick mid laner, and Shino... I mean, Shino won the lane against Zinz, to be fair. But I also think he did that probably blind, so... Sarolu counter pick. Is jungle counter pick a thing? You can save a late pick for Sarolu if you want, especially if you want like Rengar talent. You can save a late pick, that's fine. But... yeah. Actually, we've got 5 minutes. I'm going to quickly go use the washroom. I'll be right back. Right. Okay, I have returned. Red Academy versus Cade Academy Game 3. Damn, it feels like time flew on this series. Like the in-game times weren't super fast. I think they're both over 30 minutes, but yeah. I'm just super impressed so far with how Red Academy are playing as a whole. I know like Red and Cade technically can't promote because they already have like a main team in there, but I do hope that they do get to play in the promo tournament because I really want to see Red Academy up against like IE. I just wish there weren't protected spots, you know, in LTA South, or like even if there's protected spots, I wish there was like a crossover tournament between Tier 1 and Tier 2. You know, where like you get say like the top 2 teams, or like let's go top 4 versus bottom 4, you know. You know, so bottom 4 of like LTA South, and then you could do like the top 4 could be like you have a mini tournament first of CD versus LRS, and then the top 4 teams from that tournament play the bottom 4 teams at that side. I would love to see that, even if it's just an exhibition tournament, like with no promo relegation, just exhibition, you know, because I'm watching the way Red Academy are playing right now, and I feel like they would actually be competitive against Fluxu W7M. I think they'd be fun to watch against Leviathan. They might even be able to beat like Loud or IE. With IE, big question mark, because I think IE is scaling up right now and they're doing better and better. By the end of this split, IE might actually be good. Like they might be back to split 1 form, but yeah. Relegation was last place drops and second last is to play second from CD. Okay, I don't really like it when the last place team like auto drops. I do feel like no matter how bad you play, you should be given relegation promotion opportunities. So yeah, it used to be the insta drop. I think in LA. But yeah, I don't like the auto drop. I prefer like bottom 2 do relegation promo. That would be my ideal, is bottom 2 do promo relegation. But even failing that, I just want an exhibition match, you know, just so you can see where these top tier 2 teams are. Because I genuinely believe that, like, even last split when Pain Gaming Academy was playing, I thought they and Cade Stars could have taken like INTZ. They could have taken Liberty. You know, like I think a lot of times the top of tier 2 is better than the bottom of tier 1. But we'll never know, right? Like, I mean, we kind of saw that INTZ last split or last year did very poorly because that's Flamengo, and Flamengo got dumpstered. So, but then it's like, you don't know what happened during the break, right? They mentally just probably boomed too. I don't know. There's a reason for that, Lunar. Like, there's a reason why Flamengo boomed, or there's a reason why we don't have exhibition matches. Yeah, I'm sure there are reasons for why orgs don't want to do that. It looks bad if you lose. It looks really bad if you lose. And franchise teams don't want that. That's why they pay for franchising.
Ainda mais depois desse jogo 2, que a VK teve o domínio, né, no começo da partida, tava
Please go ahead, Leonard. What is
de
your
uma maneira
reason?
pouquinho mais agressiva, mas que não conseguiu manter isso. Não dá pra falar muito também que foi por conta de
meantime, well, Leonard's stepping up that reason.
Like
I said, I think Cade Star Blue side is probably the better side for them. Their backs are up against the wall though. Because it's an upper finals, I think strategically, if you're Cade Stars, you don't want to show like any secrets you might have. Right? Like you'd probably just want to play standard, win or lose. Like, even if you lose, if you play standard, you still get scrims. There's a reason for that. Semi-final? There's only one final. So the reason why I don't call it a semi-final, Lunar, is because semi-final should be the second last sort of series. In a single elimination, I'd call this a semi-final. But in double elim, lower finals in my head feels more like a semi-finals. Oh my goodness, they did it again. We don't get a see draft. I'm getting very triggered by the fact that I'm not getting to see the drafts as they happen. Cade did go for blue side, as expected.
ela vindo por aqui. E assim, de novo a Red fazendo trabalho.
This is second to last for the winner, but it's not second to last for the loser of this game. So, for that reason, I refuse to call it semis. My mouse not working properly is causing me a lot of grief right now. Okay. Let's see how this worked out. So, Lucian ban, and then they decided to do the Gwen ban as expected. They opened up Renekton, so I'm a bit surprised we didn't see Shion on the Renekton. I'm not going to try and figure out the drafting. I'm kind of lazy to do that right now. I'm just going to look at what the comps are. Okay, Kate, yeah, they went for ultra standard front to back. I like it. Again, if this is not your elimination match, then I think this is a better strategic choice. Tactically worse, strategically better. Your back is up, not up against the wall. You want to hold your best cards.
Para
Grand Finals.
forte, né? Eles têm também essa aurora para conseguir explodir bem durante as lutas.
And then
também, acho que
Red, on the other hand,
durante essas fases.
okay. But they have two pieces of setup for Misfortune. I won't complain too much about that. Then you got Pantheon Aurora, who can kind of try and snowball the game real quick. But the scaling on this team is kind of bad. Okay, so Red, I feel like have a bit of leeway. They've chosen to play something a bit risky. Kate starts comp to me 4 out of 5. Solid, I like it. Sion's gonna be fine. I like the Wukong as well. The Sedge ban? I would have preferred a Sedge. Oh no, Sedge was already there, what am I saying? Okay, so Wukong's fine then. Yeah, that's fine. I like this. Smalley and Ash like we called for. I think that's your desperation. Or not desperation, your backs up against the wall. You know, I need to carry. Red's comp to me does not appeal as much. I think it's okay. Again, not a lot of internal synergy. Still a lot of playmaking. I think it fits well into what they want, but the scaling is not great for them. There's a lot of pressure on Doom and Kaze to perform early. If mid-game does not have a lead, then I think this comp's harder to play. I'll give them a 3 out of 5 comp. The comp's not great, but it fits your style. Eyes on Doom and Kaze in the early game. If Doom can get Kaze snowballing, Kaze can two-shot a lot of these guys. Cage draft is good, but we've seen that. Doesn't matter. Yeah, unfortunately, I do feel like drafting in CD is less... not relevant, what's the word I'm looking for? Impactful. It's less impactful. A lot of it just comes down to who can execute better and who's got better hands. Like, the team that exemplifies that most to me is Kaboom. Like, Kaboom's drafts oftentimes are not drops I'm happy with or I like personally, but they are just better than the opponent, so they are very good at just winning. They just want winning matches, basically. Win lane, win game is Kaboom style. In this series, I honestly thought draft would matter a lot more, but it's not so much like Red are outperforming individually. They're team fighting better, for sure. I think Red have definitely exploited the team fights a lot better. It just feels like Red knows what they need to do and are just playing a faster game than Cade. Like the tempo from Red Academy feels a lot better. And a lot of that's just like knowing what you need to do. It's like they've got the flowchart in their head already of like, okay, this happens, we go this way, you know, and then they just accelerate the game so much faster. And then it just feels like other teams up against Red are right now, like they're slower in trying to decide what they need to do, and they're just behind a little bit. And also Red are not skipping steps. That's another thing I like a lot. Like when they go for an objective, they're not just going for the objective. They are setting up for the objective and not just like getting there and dropping vision first. It's also like which lanes they gank, at the timings they gank, to try and get prio over stuff. And if they don't have prio over stuff, if they're playing losing side, they just, it feels like they know how to check to contest it, and then they're trying to sneak it, right? Like last game, Cade actually got a big advantage the early game when Doom went for the first Drake. And they got it, but it was like not really something they should have been able to get. So on one hand, you could say like Red did well in being able to sneak away the Drake, but they lost 2 members at the back end of it, which put them in a bad position, right? Like the setup was good, the decision was kind of good, the execution a little bit flawed at the end, but it's fine. If your general decision making and hands are good enough, then you start winning. Kind of like Stella, actually. If Stella's hands in the lower bracket, if somehow like the lower bracket's the hyperbolic time chamber and their hands actually get good enough to match against, you know, Los or Cade Stars or Red, I would love to see a rematch of Red Stella. But failing that, I'm sure Cade will probably review this series very, very heavily. Because, yeah, I don't think this should be a 3-0. Like, actually, in this, I'm still not sure it'll be a 3-0. Like, from what we saw in Game 1, Game 2, it looks like it might be, but The comp from Cade is good this game, and they've got late game skill, and they just need to like not fall apart. They just have to not fall apart. Holy crap, how much are we losing here, Cade? Kaze still has flash. Holy crap. Just don't fall apart, Cade. We lost every sum in the bot lane. Okay, Quats at least didn't burn flash. And we lost one flash from using and one ignite from using. That's it. Holy crap.
Continuem participando aí, mandando torcida. Cadê o time da Cade? Pois é, Kleberson. Vamos ver se chega agora.
Lunar, I'm not ribbing Castro this game. This game, I'm cheering for Cade. I want there to be more games in this series. There should be more games in this series. Oh, good invade. They're abusing the Sion. The fact that Sion can be a low econ top laner. Okay. That's doubly good because Pantheon's an early game jungler. If you can set him behind like that, it not only slows his clear, you not only potentially 3-buff him, but he also can't get ganks off effectively. Becomes a lot easier. It's 3-0 day. Did LEC 3-0 as well this morning? Okay, I take it as a yes, they did. Oh yeah, the BLG AT, yes, I saw that on my timeline too. Let's go, Carmine! Actually no, I don't really care about Casey. I got him confused in my head with Koi for a second. They both had K in the name.
Vamos ver qual vai ser a continuação aí desse jogo. E como vocês falaram, né, aquela primeira jogada rendeu queima de.
That's funny that today's 3-0 day when over the weekend we only had one 3-0 series and it was the Shopify one. What happened up here? Holy.
Mas forçou aí o flash do Shino.
Shino? What happened? Wait, hold up. Okay, whoops. Wrong button. Oh, I didn't see nothing. Sorry, I was trying to... I just want to check what happened with Shino. How did he get abused so badly? He must have screwed up walking back into the lane, right? He's walking back into the lane right now. He's level 1 to like almost level 2. Zin's level 2. So I'm just watching the health bars because they're not showing us what's happening up there. Oh, it's still even trade, despite being down a level. Wow, so it's just level 3 to level 2. Yeah, that was literally it. Zin's just hammered, you know, for one small mistake. Okay. Well played, well played. He's so tilted. I mean, I'm low-key tilted watching this. Oh. Oh. Yikes. Yeah, Shino can't stay in lane. He has to burn TP. Busy French friends descend in Canada or Jojo plays in his home country as an invading force. Yeah, I'd be down to have more events in Canada, man. Especially if it's near Vancouver side. At least MSI is here. And I see that they have a Riftbound event. I'm definitely going to try and attend that. Riftbound looks so interesting. I love card games. Oh, Sarulu's getting hunted. He's got no more flash. He's dead. Used again with the KS! That one's a straight up kill steal. Brother did not need to steal that. He stole with an auto too. Or maybe it was Eclipse. I think it was auto. Could have been Eclipse. But that's a steal. That one's a steal from using. Did Canada not? They sold out finals or MSI for sure. Because I tried to get tickets for finals and I did not. I was not able to get that.
E a Red também não fica por ali para tentar dominar pouco mais daquele rio. Eles voltam para a primeira guerra deles.
Okay.
Mas agora o Doom chamou o amigo.
Saru's trying to invade again onto Doom. This time it's not working. If he gets tied up with the stun, he's so dead. Does Yuzen have it? Yeah, he's dead. This is greed from Sarulu. This is very, very incredibly greedy. You literally just died in your own jungle with no flash? And then now you're doing this. You're trying to invade again? Like you're not even stronger anymore. Oh no, what the...
E olha os campos dele. Ele tem os campos vivos e o Doom vai até ajudar. Fala assim, amigo, pode deixar comigo. Eu levo aqui os campos.
On one hand, like that is a very Sarulu play. On the other hand, it's also kind of an int play. Like
porque eles conseguiram fazer uma boa rotação. Agora o Doom vem pra esse gromp. Olha só, foi pra cima. O Doom tá um pouco machucado, mas acredito que vai conseguir sair vivo.
Não vai ter tanto...
Yeah, this could be bad for Sorrel if he keeps chasing.
Tá bem aqui, o Quas se aproximando, vão
Não
trazer
sai.
essa
Even if they
devolução,
killed
vão
him.
trazer
Okay.
essa eliminação pra cima do padeiro. E ainda vem
Quas is not 6. I thought he was gonna go for the shuffle. Okay.
Beleza, a Cade
I was really worried
garantiu
for Cade again for a second.
Zoom foi bem ousado,
Like, I was worried that
bastante
Red would
tempo
just
ali
collapse
pra
on them.
conseguir finalizar aquele gromp, conseguiu o roubo
But
no
Kaze
final,
was not in
mas
position.
aí não tinha muita rota
So.
de fuga. Pelo lado
Good on
superior
Cade.
ali do mapa já voltaram os feitiços, né?
Yeah, Sarulu really needs to be in an
Agora
advantageous
o Zen
position.
tem pra
The way he
cima,
wants to
tem
play is
tem
so
incendiar.
painfully aggressive.
Seu movimento, vem com
Oh, one more!
meu Deus!
Oh, they get it!
Pegando, se não matar, vai cair.
Rebello, holy, he gets a double. Rebello, you beautiful beast.
Proeza de guerrilha pro time da Red, double kill pro seu atirador. É o começo dos sonhos pros canídeos.
E de novo o Rabelo fazendo uma ótima...
I really want to watch
partida
Excello
desde o
face
início,
up against Rebello.
conseguindo pressionar muito
The problem is, I think the rest of the team does not match up quite as well.
Uma rota que a gente já esperava por isso,
Obviously,
essa
Stella's
missão que
making
faz
the
na
run.
fase de rotas, e a
So
pressão que ela fica em
humiliating.
cima da Ashe é absurda.
I'm just shocked that this is
Como
happening.
a
This is
Ashe
Smalley and Scamper. They're good players.
Boa vantagem, olha a chegada.
Todo mundo agora debaixo da
Oof.
torre, Chino eliminado, Inglória,
Oh.
Mori lançado,
No!
Kazé.
Kaze's between rolls expired. He should have known.
Pra garantir mobilidade, Zinx, pra
Okay,
dar esse
that's fine. He
apoio,
still gets out.
sai sem nem se preocupar, é 5-1 no placar de abates.
I was worried for Kaze when he went. Like, it looked like he was trying to get to that wall to jump the other way, but the double up play from Rebello here, just holding it to that point. Oh, that was beautiful. And the pots that were healing, the shielding. Oh, they threw everything in the kitchen sink, and Rebello just had enough in the tank to take them both out. I don't think he even had the BF sword at the time, did he?
A Red que tá dominando.
I just want to quickly check what he had in
E como é que
inventory
ela
when he was
tá
running them down.
seu
Yeah, he didn't have BF sword.
movimento?
He just had Vamp Setter.
Dominando
That's crazy.
esse jogo de número 3, acho que até mais do que os outros jogos que a gente tinha visto. A gente viu a VK fazendo boas respostas, tentando devolver
Red Academy in a
de
really good
pressão,
position for the mid game now.
garantindo ali alguns
Which is where they
abates
want it to be. They wanted a
informações.
lead and they've gotten it.
Ouro do time da Red Canids nesse momento.
How does Cade
A
play
VK
this,
não tá
man?
conseguindo fazer muita coisa, eles estão só meio que assistindo e tentando
The thing is, technically,
capturar o que
they can
sobra
still play
das movimentações
like
do
the
time da
team
Red,
fights at
mas o
objectives.
ouro já é
They have a
implacável. Agora eles
crap ton of
começam
CC, and
a
CC's
essa
king.
parte das Vastilavas, porque a
Also,
Red não tá aqui.
if
A gente
Zinz,
vê
I
que
feel like a lot of the
talvez
mid game
essa
hinges
escolha
around
de
Zinz.
rotacionar
If he's
pra
got
baixo,
Mega,
mas só
Cade
com
can't
o
engage.
Zinz com o
If
Rabelo
he's
de
mini,
perto,
they
a
could actually
vantagem
just
já é
brute
muito
force
grande.
fight still with just CC
Esse é o
chains.
ponto aqui, a gente tem
I don't know.
o Chino nessa
The
busca
8
lá
games,
de
this might end
busca.
7-1. It feels that
O
way.
dragão ficou pra
It
Red,
certainly feels that way
Vastilavas
right now.
pelo andar da carruagem,
Again, I
tem
think
Carão nas
the
mãos
things
do
that are
time
winning
da
Red
Red,
Academy
tá
games right now are just
fazendo
really
luta.
strong
Foi, pegaram na
fundamentals.
segunda fogueta, vai adiante com situação cadente pra marcar presença.
Yeah, even this play here, really strong
Não
fundamentals.
adianta rodar,
They're stronger, they know it, they make the
o
play.
Imperador não
Oh,
consegue
what the?
fazer estouro, te coloca no colo.
Ooh, I need to see who popped the blast cone.
É pra cima ainda da VKS.
I assume they're gonna give us a replay, but who popped that blast cone? It looked like Sarolo hit it.
A
I wasn't paying
rota
attention.
inferior, né, a dupla não tava ali pra brigar, porque não tinha flash, não tinha ult. O
If Sarolo popped it, he's tilted.
Eles botam a cara.
If Sarolo popped it,
dentro do Doom,
Cade is
eles
tilted.
escolhem melhor e parece que estão sempre mais prontos pra brigar, mais prontos pra
But I'm
brigar.
quite, I'm screaming right
A
now.
Red dessa vez
Get
vai
me out of
sentir
here.
esse jogo estando 100% nas mãos deles. Esse ritmo acelerado, que eu tô falando desde o primeiro jogo dessa série, tá vindo muito
Yeah, but
muito
it's
cedo.
Red Academy is
E a
just
gente acabou de
fundamentals that are
ver,
winning
né,
this game
a
right now.
segurança que
And
o Kazé
Cade,
tem. Na
they're just
verdade, desde
they don't
aquela
seem to have it. I
outra
don't know why.
jogada lá
Normally they
atrás,
do. Cade
tinha
Academy has been pretty good
Azir
this play.
espetando ele no
But the
mid
decision making
aos
just
10 segundos.
And again,
E
it
o
might
Azir
literally
foi
be like
espetando ele,
Cade
e
versus
o caminho
Furio,
inteiro
where
que ele
Cade looks
fez,
super,
ele
super bad because they're up
metade
against a
da
team
vida
that's
ainda
decisive and
foi pra
fast
cima.
and
Agora
pushing them.
também ele
So their
acelera.
mistakes are being
A
like
VKS vai
amplified
garantir ainda assim essas
massively.
Vastilavas, vai conseguir essa pressão, mas porque o Doom tá fazendo um outro trabalho. Enquanto isso, olha o Kazé de novo.
Olha o
Oh,
Zente
yeah.
com essa
Yup,
lâmina
Sarulu
de
is-
Zenith sensacional pra paralisar a movimentação do
Okay, you see,
Sarulu.
if this is the way you're gonna give grubs up
3-0-2,
as Red
todo
Academy,
dia
I'm not even
um
upset.
diferente
Like,
no
that's a
jogo.
wonderful way to use grubs. Bait them. They can take each one they get. If they give a kill over, that's worth it. 3 kills for 3 grubs. If I'm Red, I take that
Parece que nesse ponto já
happily.
entenderam que a VK tá muito quebrada, assim, tá muito separada.
But yeah, Sarulu right now is
Quando
a
eles veem o
massive
jogador, não
gaping
tá
hole and
chegando
bleeding wound for
o
the side of
auxílio,
Cade
não tá
Academy.
chegando alguém ali no cover que eles estão sem ver, né, que às vezes tá fora da visão. Então eles estão muito mais confiantes. Estão com a jogada
Shino has to pull double duty now.
só pra cima.
Se a gente for ver, né, em
Gino has
todas
to be
as
primary
rotas,
engage.
o ouro tá totalmente virado aí já pra Red, a pressão é muito grande.
Like, Sarulu has to be
3 abates nas
massive. Like,
pontas
if Sarulu
agora,
goes in early, he's just gonna get popped.
15 minutos de jogo.
Lunar
Também
actually rolled
já
this
3
up.
abates pra SMF. Exatamente, aí apontou, já tem que tentar fechar.
Bro, Cade is just cursing 7-1. Didn't Cade get like 7-1 in 2 of the games against Red as well?
O dano todo da Red agora já é
Like yesterday, I mean. Not, yeah.
Vamos ver o que a VK vai fazer, porque tem que tirar uns 5 coelhos dentro da cartola, no mínimo, pra virar esse jogo.
Enquanto isso, o Sion tem um foguinho.
Oh, Shino is
tem
gonna pop.
brasa de Bami, um sonho. E aqui a gente tem a eliminação passando, belíssima.
Good arrow from Solid.
Rodou e vai rodar
Okay, Sarulu getting back on the board. His bounty got reset.
Somente neutralizado muito precioso, como também possível double kill vindo aí.
Oh, they're trying to get that Smalley.
Ele foi humilde,
Beautiful.
pro seu
Beautiful.
carregador, afinal de contas matou outro carry.
Perfect. The EU players
Eu não
inside
sei
of the
se a
one.
resposta era realmente deixar
Germany's from
pro
Poland,
Sarulu,
though, not
que já tava
Germany,
bem
unfortunately.
mais
It'd be funny if it was
prejudicado,
from
é um
Germany.
caçador que ainda não conseguiu fechar o primeiro item, ou se realmente nessa situação é melhor deixar pra descer, mas tá aí. A escolha tanto do
Okay, good to see signs of life from Cade.
Zent, né, que ficou
They have
bem
not given up,
quanto também
thankfully.
da VKS de deixar pro seu ADC. Sarulu
I was a
fecha
little bit
agora
concerned after the
vai.
last game,
A
after the last
Red,
2
por
games,
mais
that they
que
might
teve
just given up at this
revés ali
point.
na rota inferior, né, tomou 2 eliminações, não quer saber
But it's
muito
like your
de parar,
last game today, if you
continua
lose, you might as well just full
chegar
send it,
aqui, né,
right?
chegar
Like,
próximo dessa torre de rota
play it
inglesa,
seriously and
a gente
make
tem lá no
maximize
top,
your
tem o
gains from
Zins
it,
que tá
even if
brigando
it's just like a
contra o
practice scrim at that
Foi um
point.
importante neutralizado
But
também
yeah,
nas
they're actually
mãos
fighting
aí
back.
do Sarulu que ele conseguiu, né? Foi exatamente em cima do Kazé, então...
Teve também no Zent,
Personally, I'm actually not sure if you should have given that to Smalley or just taken it via Sarulu. I almost want Sarulu to be the one taking it because I feel like the way he plays, he needs gold. Whereas the Smalley can play from a deficit and still be very, very impactful.
matar o Rabelo agora, né?
Aí fica legal, né?
I don't know.
Aí fica importante.
Very
Mas
mixed
eles
feelings.
estão fazendo uma jogadinha mais aqui pra cima, porque o Quats também... Esse Azir vai escalar, ele vai crescer.
Oh.
Olha a chegada.
Constelação cadente chegando pra cima
Oh.
do Imperador. Ele coloca o seu decreto pra jogo, mas vem!
Damn, Doom.
Uma lança
Doom was not having it.
dos céus.
Parece até na maldade, né? É uma
Não é da
It's funny, I was actually looking at the timers, like, why are we making a play topside when Dragon's spawning bot side? But
Esse Azir do Quats, porque ele
yeah,
luta, ele
and
tenta se
I was asking the
movimentar,
question when I saw
ele
Cade
usa
look for the gank up top, but
Leona, vem splash
yeah.
do
Oh, I've
Phantom
seen
do
this
Doom
on
pra
guns
garantir essa
before.
eliminação.
We literally saw this
Pra
minutes
cima
ago.
agora
This
da
looks like a
Rabelo.
replay.
Ultimate
Except that
do
Yuzin's not here
Meu
this time.
Deus, dá aquela isoladinha, vai brilhando debaixo da torre.
Oh!
Kazé, você foi sossolado
Hey, yo.
pelo Chino.
Se confundiu inteiro
Okay.
o Kazé quando deu
I
de
guess
cara,
Shino on
agora
Sion
vai
is still
tentar
scary.
pra fora, mas não tem mais ult, vai ser só eliminado o Chino.
Um tuque na cabeça do jeito que o Chino deu, até eu ficava
Kaze no
tentada.
TPI there.
Mas é isso, foi punido. A equipe da Red com essa eliminação
It's a
se
4v4,
direciona para o
straight up.
dragão das nuvens.
Será que tem como contestar o time da VK? Eles estão
Hey, Orbital.
não querem deixar de graça esse objetivo.
How's it hanging, buddy?
Tá em aberto, né, decisão das proezas, tem um pra cada lado e vai ficar realmente pro time da Red.
Okay. Wait, there's a fight breaking out top? Why are we? Oh.
De todos
What is with the mid laners and top laners right now? Both mid laners just kind of inted. Like, bro? I'm so confused. Kazi hits and just walks into the same exact bush that he almost died to the last time. Quats just gets manhandled by Zinz. No flash is used by either of them. Like, what?
Surpreender aqui parece que foi mais direto, o Zinx tá ficando grande aí esse nada.
Just
Cara,
what?
o dano desse Knight tá começando a assustar.
You're alive,
né?
hell yeah.
O dano desse Knight tá começando a ficar
AI
bem
used for good.
assustador. Tamo vendo
I don't even
agora
know if this is
tem cara
AI, considered AI. This is just Google Translate.
Mas o Zinz
Which is
tá
also why
fazendo
it's
uma
not
ótima
great.
partida,
I suspect the
consegue
ChatGPT
pressionar. É claro que ele vai
translations are
ter
usually
essa
better
vontade
than
de fazer rotas,
Google Translate,
consegue fazer
but
um farm
I probably
legal,
can't do real time
mas,
with
ó,
AI.
tem que tomar cuidado, tá vindo também por
But yeah,
trás
this
aqui
helps
agora.
sometimes, especially if there are
Então,
pauses.
Carlos ficou por
Thank
ali.
goodness so
Zinz vai
far,
pegar Mega Knight,
there have been no
bom
pauses today.
momento pra
It's been
VKS
beautiful.
fazer sentada pra cima dele. Tem que esperar o time do Mega Knight baixar.
But in
Mas,
exchange, CD
aparentemente,
decides to go mess
o
around with
Carlos
their
vai fazer
drops. So.
exatamente isso.
Só que ele ficar perdendo tempo ali enquanto
I'm
isso a
not
Red vai
AI.
fazer,
Minions are not
vai dar
AI.
Mas ele quer muito esse
Ele vai,
abate.
só que ele não vai conseguir.
Muita
Ainda tem
I think the original lore from Minions, I can't remember if this is the original lore, but I feel like I read somewhere that Minions were actually like puppets. Like they're just automatons.
Eles não querem mais saber. É dive no bot.
I don't know if that's official. I should ask Hyper. Ooh, nice arrow from Smalley. Damn, that CC chain. See, this is why you put Smalley on Ash. When your backs are up against the wall, this is why you do Smalley Ash. He's so good at it.
Não pode ser, gente. Eles ficaram até agora
Man's
pra
the
dar esse
sniper.
dive, não conseguir matar o Nari.
It makes
ainda
sense
saíram
considering
mortos.
they could be remade
Gente,
quickly,
que
yeah.
situação é essa? Perderam tempo, perderam a luta e ainda do outro lado
Yeah,
matou o Doom.
and like the way like summoners and all that were,
Aconteceu tudo isso, o Doom
what
acabou
summoners were and
caindo
all that
também.
previously.
Então, farol
But again,
pode
I'm not
de
sure.
novo, né?
Pode.
Hyper used to be like the lore master. He'd probably remember if
Mas
it's true.
assim, pelo menos
And I'm not sure
Pelo
that that's
replay do
canon.
bot,
It's my head canon
Eu
though.
também.
velho.
Também.
É difícil de entender.
Eu tenho um palpite. Eu tenho um palpite. Eles ficaram ali.
My hit canon is that minions are puppeted by like junior summoners. Oh,
Meu Deus.
okay.
Quem andou pra frente foi o
Scamber
Scamber.
lives?
Então esse lançamento do programa de fidelidade
Good
pra
bait.
segurar a movimentação adversária.
Wait, this is giga huge for Cade.
Fazendo história. Vem com o decreto
That's 3 members down from Red. Okay.
Kill nas mãos do Smiley.
A Red agora
First of all, Red? Question mark? But also like Cade, really well played. 1k gold difference is nothing at this point. Nice.
Mas enquanto isso, né, enquanto a gente tava aqui conversando, teve proeza, viu, pro time
Yeah,
da
Summers
Red,
were originally
na
like
torre lá embaixo.
put masters for these champions.
Então, cai uma ultimate muito boa, só que o Scamber consegue se reposicionar.
Yeah. The moment Scamber kind of got away, I think Red just needed to let it go, but they overchased and they didn't have proper vision set up for that. They really were not expecting all of Cade to be sitting in that area and collapsing in. Okay, rare Red mistake this series, and yeah, Cade are maximizing it. Another beautiful arrow from Smalley. Yeah. And with this, they're pretty much dead even with gold. They go for Herald. Red can't really contest it. They don't have bullet time available. So at best, maybe Kaze is looking for a pick on the exit. But
Vai cair essa torre do mid. A Red vai tentando pôr fim aí nessas expectativas de virada da Cade.
yeah,
E ele já
They don't
começa
answer anything.
A torre não caiu. A Red tá com um pouquinho de vantagem de ouro, mas é bem baixa.
on the bright side, Red at least got the feats of warfare already with that turret take bot side.
É o que eu tinha falado.
But not ideal.
Tá tudo na mão dessa hora dessa
Okay,
guerra,
back to
e
work,
conseguir
Orbital.
um bom
Busy,
começo
busy
de
man.
jogo, então,
For sure, for sure.
muitos recursos em mãos.
TD is always a good
A
time
Red
for me.
precisa só parar de ficar tentando jogadas milagrosas, porque o ego precede a ruína.
Olha lá.
Então tem que tomar cuidado.
Frase de biscoito da sorte essa daí.
Wow, they're actually going to get all 3 turrets, all 3 outers, Red Academy.
Ai, ai.
The setup was good. I mean, the early game was really well played from Red, which is why they're cashing out now with all 3 outer turrets.
E ficar de
But,
olho, é um jogo 3,
Yeah,
então
they have to be a little bit careful. They can't afford those sort of mistakes getting picked. And this comp from Cade,
tá quase empatado aí no
specifically the
placar de
arrow
abate.
from Smalley,
3 abates na mão dessa Ashe,
makes
3
it such that
abates
if
na mão
you
desse Azik, já tem
try and
aí
just play the
os
isolated
seus
lanes again,
primeiros
and if you're not,
itens.
you know,
Então,
being
assim,
proactive,
é tudo que esse time,
or
essa
if you're
composição
skipping steps
precisa,
on your
questão do
plays,
pace que demora
Smalley
pra
can punish you
crescer, e
from the whole
conforme
map
o jogo
away.
deles vai acelerando, a presença deles vai ficando mais forte e é difícil parar depois.
Sempre o Azir tem essa chance
Red
de
needs to kind of
parar
mental
o
reset
fundo
and
das torres,
start
né?
looking for
Ali
picks again,
com
but
todos
with proper
os
vision
minions.
this time.
O Smiley agora fecha dançando
Vision is king. If they can see where Cade is, they can make those same plays. Like, use it and Doom. Yes, the last 2 plays backfired on them, but on paper, the idea is good. They were just doing it earlier into, like, with incomplete information and when Cade was clumped. So. Also, I want to highlight the fact that Usint is 1, 3, and 8, man. This guy is nutty.
Passa em branco, vem então a entrada do Chino pra tentar trazer esse toque. O Drift Kazé gastou o flash pra dentro
Okay,
do covil.
Zinz is TPing in.
Seus aliados,
He's
vai
almost mega
tentar
too.
entre mundos pra jogo, vem movimentação,
Oh, Sarulu got melted again.
eliminada a progressão aqui
Yeah, I don't like this Trinity Force build. It's really bad.
bala, tem limpeza do Rabelo. Chino com pouquíssima
Oh.
vida,
Smalley is doing insanely.
vai se colocando adiante.
Oh, he's dead now.
Ainda não caiu, esse atirador do time da Cade vai segurando.
I mean, the idea was very good, but... Yo, Doom, stop inting!
Vivo o caçador do time da Red.
I'm disproportionately amused by that. It was just the way Doom kept pushing up, like, playing forward, and he had a sliver of health, and then it's like, it's as if he didn't realize how dead he was. Or how close to death he was. Yeah, Kaze's playing very well again. They insta-pop Sorella. Rebello's got a good position for bullet time with no setup. Yeah.
Sem linha de frente, o Chino praticamente morto e correndo.
O Dom aqui, ele vai cair, vai conseguir esse abate, ele vai sair com
It's a good... It's a really good fight from Red Academy.
Mas ainda assim,
But it should have gone better from Cade. I think the big problem for Cade was when they missed the Scion charge, they probably should have just reset a little bit. Instead, they kind of tried to double down. And again, it comes down to me, Sarolu's just too far behind to be doing what he's doing. Like, he's still trying to get popped, you know, he's still trying to get in there into the thick of things, but he's just not. He's just too far behind. I say, despite the fact that he's got a gold lead. I want them to show total gold, because this is very misleading. I suspect the junglers are just very broke right now, compared to everybody else. Dude, living on the edge, yeah. It's just super funny watching him, like, at the last second, literally the last second. If they killed Shino any faster, he'd have just ran Doom down.
gastar o sininho ali, né? O Scamber, o caldinho.
It's like, you don't have to be in front, guy. Dude, like, Zin's had it. It's fine.
Nesse frio, um caldinho, né? Que coisa.
Vai bem demais.
Okay, Atakan to red.
Mas esse Atakan vai ficar
It's going to be kind of big.
O Atakan vai ser, então, garantido pelos canídeos, enquanto aqui em cima o Shino tentando contestar na torre. Kazé pra cima do Sarolu.
Oh my goodness. If Kazi had taken between worlds to the other side, Sarolu's dead. As it stands, Sarolu cannot shield Shino, and that means Kazi can hold top, or should be able to hold top. Is he not? He's being forced back. Wow. Okay, Shino's able to actually completely zone out the Aurora. Really? He doesn't even have that much MR. That's kind of shocking to me. Oh, I kind of don't like this from Zins. Okay, it's fine. I was worried for Zins for a second there. Because it felt like that was a sort of mistake that cost Red their mid-game a little bit. Where he was running into multiple members. But he was going Mega, and I guess he was banking that Doom could always ult in as well. Kind of scary though. Really well played from Zins.
O Zins estava indo para uma jogada sozinho, meio sem chance de conseguir sobreviver. Só que aí o Sarolu trava a jogada para longe do
Yeah, Ritz completely stabilized that sort of losing mid-game they were having. I think this is their comfort zone. They're ahead, they're playing fast again. When their individual lanes can start winning out against their counterparts, I feel like that's when Red feels most like Thanos. Because they're very good at taking their 1v1s and 2v2s, getting the right setups for objectives, and then just collapsing back in over and over and over again. Oh. Mistake from Doom, went wrong way. That's okay. Doom's Pantheon is actually one of the better Pantheons I've seen. I love his use of the Grand Starfall. He's gotten some really good ganks with using with that. Ooh, a hostile takeover. Barely lands onto Doom. That's a big ult down. Good pick though. Yusin didn't even get to use Solo Flare, so that's pretty good. Yeah. Again, highlight the fact that they are fighting this into Fog of War from Red Academy again. This game they've been playing much sloppier. All the turns, all the wins that Kate have had in their team fights is when Red is playing to Fog of War. And not fully grouped either. Which is fine. The comp doesn't want to fully group. Like Doom, Kaze still wants flank, and Doom can always just fly in over top. But if you don't have vision, you don't know who you're running into, and then you're getting popped before the backup can arrive.
Seca pra cima do Scamber, tá? Metade da vida.
Eles têm que tentar ganhar terreno meio que assim, né? Tentando forçar os jogadores a recuarem, ainda mais que eles sabem que o Nar tá lá no top, o Zent foi pra cima.
See, again, that play too from Yusin, I kind of don't like it. Like, you're playing to Fog of War. You didn't know. You should have known Quats was in the area, but
Mas olha as torres como estão destruídas. Aqui o disco solar do
that could have potentially been bad.
Ali no meio. Uma onda de minions é o suficiente. O Cabelo tá conduzindo esses minions pra tal, pra conseguir o setup pra já começar a descida.
Drag's coming up 20 seconds, and Red do have enough vision for Dragon. They're still doing well in terms of their neutral vision. It's more the offensive vision when they want to push in. This is kind of tough for Cade. They have Hawkshot, and they have Enchanted Crusoe from Smalley, so. Okay. They've caught Smalley. That's giga huge. Can they find Quats? Quats is kiting well. Ooh, Scammy got popped. Oh, really well played from Doom. Yikes! They're playing it, they just 5k. Yeah. I mean, they made their own 5k lead. Off the wait, is this game? No, it shouldn't be game, I don't think. I think Shino can hold. Yeah, okay, it's not game. Genuinely, I actually have to double check that for a second. Yeah.
tem ainda essa alma pra
I mean, yeah, Red is playing like they've got a bigger lead than they actually have. But they managed to make it again. And Kaze, dude. Okay, MVP for me is Kaze this series. Like, Yuzent and Rebello have been playing out their minds. This game specifically, Doom has been absolutely cracked. But Kaze, holy crap. No wonder they're banning the Zoe. The way he's playing the Aurora gives me a lot of Zoe vibes. You know, like the way he's just finding the right angles. He's just one-shotting people from the side. I'm getting goosebumps. I actually got goosebumps from the way Kaze caught out Nolly there. Yeah, this is a desperation Baron from K-Stars.
É difícil contestar esse Barão. Tem um a menos agora o time da Red.
Like, Red Academy simply do not care. They know this is desperation. They're letting them reset and do it again. Shino needs to tank this. But the problem is, normally your support zones, because they are tanked, but Scamber can't do that. That's why Shino has to. That's why Shino isn't tanking this. But yeah, they're taking so much damage. Oh, beautiful bullet time. It doesn't catch out a lot of people, but it doesn't hit the Baron, most importantly. Okay. Can you go home now? Your health bar is so low, and a Hex Tech! Oh, what? Sorry, has to die there. Oh my goodness, they didn't get the turret. That's actually worse for Cade. That turret's so low. If Red just group up and push in right now, and they get kills, it ends the game. Like, there's no time for that to respawn. Yikes, 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 yikes. I really... Okay. The viewer in me likes the call that Red made. Oh, Scamber's probably dead, no? Wow, Scamber lived. No, he didn't! I thought he lived, but the bill out faked me out. Yeah, Zin's actually split focus intentionally. That is being a 5-hit from Zin's. That both turrets are low now and easy to take when they push in. But okay, the viewer in me likes the way Red played out that Baron because it was very tense, right? It became like sort of a buy time for Zin's. And I appreciate how they actually executed it, but I feel like if they just got Zin's to TP up, they would have just won the fight. You know what I mean? Like, even when Kaze got popped, they could have won that 4v5 if Zin's was there, I think. Especially when Kate took forever. Like, you had so much time for Zin's to just TP up there and, you know, find the fight and just end the game, right? Like, so, is it the right call? I don't know. It was a very fun call, but one that I feel like might be reviewed in post.
Ó, passou meia ali
Arrow goes wide.
Olha o perigo, velho.
Xuxa só para baixinhos.
Vai começar a falar de trás pra frente aqui a fogueta.
Yeah, that Baron is a massive stall Baron for Cade, and it's not even stalling very effectively, unfortunately. They're already down 1,900 gold. It was bad, bro.
Eu falei.
Foco. 29 minutos de partida. Silêncio.
I don't know. I feel like Red should be pushing harder right now. They need to pressure in, because this is the big coin flip objective. They screwed up a little bit. Kaze got caught before Baron. If that happens again at Elder, Elder is actually game flipping. Like, literally, if they watched the game this last weekend, they should know. Desafiante managed to flip a game off of that Elder. Sorolo can do the same. Like, Red Academy do not want to coin flip this. If they just played like normal, they'd win. Like, if anything, I actually don't even want to see Red start that up unless they've already killed Sorolo. Like, use it as bait and try and find a pick in jungle. Please, do not throw on a 50-50. I'm not traumatized from yesterday, but I am certainly feeling very wary of it from yesterday.
Então, a Cage tem que pisar no acelerador agora, dar uma respirada, porque dá tempo de sincar a volta desse inibidor com a resposta desse dragão ancião. E eles têm como fazer
ward looks
isso,
like it might not be in bush.
Com esse Azir, com essa Ashe também.
Yeah, it's not in bush.
Uma boa ultimate da Ashe combada com a magia do Sarolu, a gente já viu que é super capaz de conseguir virar muito dano e explodir alvos muito squish do time da Red. Então é respirar. Já conseguiram um milagre, dá pra fazer mais um e segurar essa série.
O jogo parece dar aquela mornada, mas é muita pressão do time da Red. Estão
Yeah,
sempre no mapa
Red are also
do
slowing
time da
down. I
VK,
think they
sempre
recognize that.
colocando
Cade
sentinela,
don't feel a need to push out right now.
preparando aí
Cade are
pros
just catching
próximos
waves.
objetivos. Não tá sendo fácil, né, pra VK encontrar
Yeah,
os
mid and
alvos,
hip respawn.
mas eles não se dão por vencidos. Eles seguem vivos aqui na partida.
A Legião nunca desiste, meu mano GSTV. Até o último suspiro ainda existe uma batalha. Quase 31
I don't
minutos no
feel
combate,
super comfortable about
minuto
this from
pra
Red.
gente ver o nascimento desse dragão ancião e dois
Like
para o
they didn't try and go
Barão
and push in the lanes or anything.
E pode
They didn't
ser
try
o
and
que
make a
define
pick.
partida. Por mais
It feels
que
like they're sitting
tá
back for
atrás do
Elder.
ouro, não é uma desvantagem tão grande. Um dragão ancião pode ser o caminho pra eles. Agora que isso.
Arrow
muito
comes out.
rápido.
Insta cleanse from Usant.
Flecha
Okay.
do Split.
See, there you go. Just play standard. Beautiful. You have stronger standard. It's just that simple.
Querendo fazer essa cobertura, Red sabia machucar.
And with Hextech Soul especially, like they control the pacing of that fight. That's why Hextech's so powerful. It's the slows.
O controle de grupo pra cima do Doom. Só que a Red agora vai começando a recuar, com a vida um pouquinho menor.
Mas é bem
nessa-
ultimate ainda.
é nessas horas que a
Kaze
vida
baiting
começa
out
a
decimating
crescer na
smash.
luta, viu?
Nesse poke, nesse incômodo, nesse constante
Ooh,
movimento da
since
velocidade de ataque que o Azevedo
playing with
conseguiu
fire.
captar nesse ponto do combate. E o Imperador começa a dar
I can't believe
chapadas.
Rebello got
Tá
that
voltando
back
pra
back
base, só que vai
off.
nascer o dragão. Isso.
Meu Deus.
Okay.
Kazé com um soco
I don't like this from Kaze.
Rush, vem o lançamento agora,
I think that's kind of high key int from Kaze.
Mas os próximos passos são muito mais preocupantes. Chegou o Rabelo,
This is Kaze's fault, by the way. That we're even in this situation. I mean, Red win this, but they won through brute force because they were ahead, not because. Like, Kaze pulled the trigger when Rebello was not even there.
Com a chegada aí do ADC
And on very, very low
eles
health, so
conseguem
basically
levar
it
melhor
was
pra
guaranteed
luta.
death for Kaze.
Dois vivos pra cada
Unnecessarily
lado.
so.
Chegada então desses disparos vindo dos céus. Olha o dano
Oh,
dessa
Sarolo being dead, though? Okay.
Recompensas
That works out for
e
them.
caçando
Rich does not
cabeças. É
respect.
marcha pro ancião de graça pro time da Red.
Eles estão
Well,
agora
the
com esse
thing though, Ray, is that Red Academy's been playing so well. You know, they were playing respectfully up to this game. This game, it definitely feels like they knew they had a 2-game lead and they were just, you know, letting their hair down a little bit. They were making plays that, you know, high risk, medium reward, high risk, low reward. I mean, it ends up working out because Sarolu should not have been wandering out on his own at that point. Him dying is a guaranteed elder for Red, and now just Red end the game. There's an exposed inhib mid. I think the Nexus turrets only regenerate to 50% at top, which is why I said it was like genius that Zinz didn't actually take them, because if they respawn full. But if I recall correctly, the base regeneration has a cap on it. I don't remember what the cap is.
Faltou segundo pro Zento nascer.
É que tem aquela coisa ainda, sabe? Você esperar ainda garante que o buff ele fique mais longo, né? Que o buff dure mais pra você. Então tá aí o time da Red chegando.
Oh,
Eles
they're
tão
going
aí
for
com
Baron?
os
Guys,
bônus, né,
you don't
desse
need
dragão
Baron.
ancião,
You're
tem
wasting
bônus,
Elder.
desse stack, e agora é muito difícil, né, da VK querer contestar esse Baron.
Passo tranquilo pra esse rumo de Barão na Shore, pro lado da equipe da Red Kennedy. Estão fazendo as defesas, a limpeza do rio. Não tem como a equipe da Cade se infiltrar nesse covil
Oh,
para
my
buscar
goodness.
essa fight. Tranquilamente 5 bônus de Barão e 4 bônus de Ancião.
E a gente já vê que o Kazé tava ali por fora, tava se posicionando pra já começar a empurrar essa onda de minions. O Quats e o Scamber estão por aqui pra
Okay.
responder, mas o Quats tem que tomar muito cuidado.
Still minute 30 on it, I
Qualquer
guess.
entrada dessa Aurora vai gerar muito dano.
You're gonna try and take down all the inhibitor
Esse
turrets?
é o grande problema.
Are they gonna play this like just take everything? We don't need to do that.
A grande pedra no sapato da equipe da Vivo Cade Stars.
Just push it mid, guys. Please take the inhibitor first. Everything gets easier once you take inhibitor. And it's open ground. If Cade don't respect you, just kill them.
É o final.
É complicado demais, porque ainda vem o dano
Okay, that's
dessa
Enchanted Crystal Arrow down.
toda hora. Os raios ficam
Looks like Unstoppable is still not up yet.
Não acertam.
Fácil metendo bala, vem então.
Oh, wow. Okay, really good Emperor's Divide from Quats, but also, wow, this brute force from Red Academy is...
Eles seguem a marcha.
Okay, I guess it's capped at 33, not even 25%.
Ações de Nexus curaram um pouquinho, mas não o suficiente. A Red vem trazendo ondas de minions.
Tá cadenciando, vem teleporte agora pra tentar buscar a finalização.
Yeah, they're playing disrespectfully again.
É em cima dessas ondas de minions bufadas, a mão do Barão fazendo essa diferença.
Zinz bought a GA.
Uma das torres, ETP também agora na hora do Kazé.
Yeah, they want
É a
kills.
primeira, Quats a
They got
primeira,
it.
eliminado
Okay.
no mapinho, vem
Well
com
played from Red.
eliminação em sequência, a situação
Kaze trying to make me revoke my MVP vote for him with the way he was playing towards the end there.
Não tem mais o que possa ser feito. A Legião será derrubada pela matilha.
Damn, 3-0 again. Today is truly a 3-0 day, I guess.
Desafiante.
Really well
Red
played.
Kennedy Calunga na vitória.
Tá aí então com um 3 a
Wow.
0.
Wow,
A
wow, wow,
Red
wow, wow.
Candies
Ai.
é a nossa primeira
I'm still very impressed with Red Academy, even though they trolled a little bit Game 3. I don't think Game 3 was representative of all their work, and I think they were just kind of screwing around with the lead they had. They look like head and shoulders above BKS Academy, and I did not have that on my cards. Like, they looked untouchable when they were playing properly. It's like every single player, too, from Red just looks really solid. They look like the Pain Gaming of CD right now. Actually, no, that's not even fair to them. They have better macro than Pain does, so they just look really, really good right now. I wish so much we could see this team up against the LTSL teams.
Chegam agora nessa grande final e esse jogo, assim, gostei de ver também que a Cage não tava vencida.
Like with the,
2-0 que pra mim já tava
I almost feel like they could take the main Red squad with the way they're playing right now, and that's probably not true. That's probably not fair because I think the Red players are probably more mechanical. But holy crap, they look amazing in CD. Jeez. Okay, Cade both proved themselves in the lower bracket. I think that's kind of a good thing for Cade. It gives them like more on-stage practice to try and figure out what the hell is going on and how they can try and deal with Red. Because right now, it just felt like they were being overwhelmed by all the moves Red made. But fundamentally, I don't feel like Cade misplayed their macro. They were just slow. Or it just felt like they were always behind a little bit more than anything else. And that they weren't proactive enough. But they didn't do anything wrong. So. Yeah. Wow. Okay, today was an absolute clinic. Despite the one-sided nature of it, I don't feel upset about it. I don't feel like it was a boring series. It was quite a joy to watch. Because again, I don't feel like Cade did anything wrong, and I felt like Red just played incredibly well. Tomorrow's match, Los versus Stella, I do not expect will be the same. I think this will be a scrappier match. I'm hoping this is going to be a scrappier match. Because the way I look at this is either Los just dominate with the hands that they have, because this roster is very, very good on paper. But I felt like Stella's decision-making was better than Los Grandes. So, yeah, and the last we saw of Los Grandes was against Cade, and it was a 2-0. Los just looked like they got outmatched in every way. So, a bit hard to tell. Based off of that, I do feel like Stella have a chance. So I think it'll either be close from Stella or Los just wipe them. And I hope it's the former, not the latter. Especially when Stella did a beautiful 3-0 against Kaboom. They showed that they somehow developed hands overnight, and now they've had another week to practice. Yeah. I'm hoping Stella make the Cinderella run. That to me would be beautiful. And the story of like Stella facing Cade again and then into Red again would be amazing too. So. Yeah, Kaze.
É uma final,
Kaze's a
jogo
beast.
presencial, pode ser bem diferente para eles. E assim, se preparar bem, eu acho que a Cade, o maior defeito deles hoje foi como eles escolheram jogar. Acabou sendo que as composições eram muito defensivas, muito passivas, esperavam muito o time adversário jogar. E nesse jogo, a sensação também é que o Sarulu ele quis criar muito, quis fazer muito cedo no jogo e meio sozinho. Aí acabou morrendo.
Okay, I'm curious who they give MVP to. I'm very, very curious. And also, I want to see what their reasoning is for the MVP. I think they kept giving it to Mukio for Stella, and I was like, really? I didn't agree with it.
Vá pra cima do que esse campeão. E aí quando você coloca nas rotas dele,
oh, they caught Kha'Zix, right? Interesting.
Que demora pra participar da luta, eu senti que ele ficou muito travado também em conseguir criar. E ele tava trazendo o Nafiri, trazendo campeões que iam pra cima.
Yeah, no, I largely agree. Sarulu needs to be up ahead early game, especially when he's playing these top champions like Wukong. And that was why when they gave it over the kill over to Smalley, like on paper, that's the right thing, right? You give it to your 80 carries because they're big carries and you want to snowball them. But I feel like specifically for the way Cade Stars operate, they should have just given the kill to Sarulu instead. Like, give him the tools he needs to actually make the plays that he wants to.
É, jogou demais aí o Kazé, né, Anne? Assim,
tá precisando desbloquear, inclusive, já, que já deve ter uns 5 já.
Vai desbloquear pra final, né?
Verdade.
É, vai ter que...
Yeah, they get to Kaze. Okay, that makes sense.
Eu senti também que o Rabelo, ele tava disputando...
Kaze is absolutely cracked, bro.
Principalmente, acho que pelo jogo 1, que o...
He looks fantastic right now in CD.
Também, acho que não tinha como não
Yo, imagine he beats Mirio.
Tava um pouquinho mais
like in the 1v1, I'm not saying like Red Academy beats IE, but imagine if Red Academy, like if just solo, you know, like. Because I think Mirio is a good mid laner and LTA South. Like probably top 4. If Kaze beats Mirio, somebody needs to pick this guy up for Split 3. Like for real, for real. Or for 2026, I guess, because he would face Mirio after Split 3. So yeah, 2026. Like somebody needs to pick this guy up and get him out of CD and into LTSL. Okay, well that's it for today. It was a very quick 3-0, very very quick. It's 2.5 hours, guys, since stream started. So fantastic play from Rid Academy. I'll see you all back again tomorrow. Reminder, this is Super Week, so we've got tomorrow and Wednesday as well. We'll have 3 series this week, which is going to be a lot of fun. I am happy and down for it. So thanks for all of y'all who dropped by. Ray, Lunar, who stuck it out from beginning to end. Y'all were early today, actually. Nice. Arxon, Chippy, Orbital. Appreciate all of y'all being here. Sorry, Arxon, that you're not back in time for the end of the stream. But yeah, if Arxon, you want to talk draft or play drafts, get in the Discord, man. DM me there or at me there. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace. Bye.